Hello, and welcome to Dicebreakers, a D&D podcast and stream with mostly accurate rules and inconsistent character voices. I'm Alex, your host and DM, and with me are Greg and Mark, and hopefully joined by Simon soon, my wonderful players. How is everybody doing today? As if by magic, he comes in when I do the introduction. Hello. Simon. I'll do that again. I'm Alex, your host and DM, with me are Greg, Mark, and Simon, my wonderful players.
Hi, Simon.
Hello. How is everybody doing today? We do not have Purdy with us today. Unfortunately, she could not make it, but yes, we are... Simon, you have appeared literally as we are starting. You seem like you've been panicking to get on time. I appreciate that.
I had to go and collect a package, so I have not had lunch, so I've got the last of my lasagna with me.
It's fine. If you're going to make some noise, just mute yourself whilst you do it. I'm going to do a little recap.
Oh yes, I'm going to mute again. Hang on.
In the last episode, the party finally made their... I'll start that again. The party finally made their way as a team into the hidden underground basement of a mansion in the Principal, which they found out belonged to Delford Mirag. They travelled through an underground passageway that led from the crap shack in the edge to the dungeon. Inevitably, a fight ensued between them, Kix the tabaxi that had spoken to them originally about buying a slave, and some brutes acting as guards. The battle raged on, and eventually they were victorious, only leaving Kix alive to question him about the operation. This interview led them upstairs into the mansion, where they found Delford Mirag sleeping in his room. They gained information about him. They gained information from him about who was involved with the slave trade, finding out that only he and Kix were the ones arranging and funding things. But as Delford tried to escape, he was tripped by Elsie, accidentally flinging him into a wall and cracking his head open. One staged accident later, they were on the way home, ready to receive the rewards of their job. But the reward did not come. The mediator greeted them and congratulated them, but as he was going to give them the information he promised, a figure teleported in and murdered him. All the team were left with some vague notes. We start in the safe house mere minutes after the murder of the mediator. Elsie, immediately frozen with confusion, fear, and a lot of swelling emotions, just runs out of the room. Some vague words, "What? This can't be happening, this isn't happening." Locks herself up in her room. Just leaves.
Elsie? Oh dear. Well, that's a bit of the thing, isn't it? What was happening? Does anybody recognise that black figure?
It was made of pure shadow. It looked like, I don't know.
No.
That's a shame.
Not really sure that's any of our concern. It's more so what
certainly is my concern. I have lost my lead.
Have you read your note?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
I will look into this Jeremiah person, but
didn't we speak to him?
Perhaps.
He's not the crazy halfling, is he?
Was he the vendor of your tea?
Jeremiah's botany, was that right? Is that over in the market? I can't remember.
Looks at map.
I'm looking at my notes, actually. Because
we did go there. We went there early.
Yeah. I think that's where I got all my tea herbs from.
It's the tabaxi guy, yeah.
He was a tabaxi as well.
He's not a tobacconist, no, he's...
That was all really dramatic. We have a dead body on our floor.
Yeah,
we do.
Well, we could just leave him here and go, can't we? Because it's not our house.
But perhaps, yes, it's not our house. Perhaps the mediator has friends who will clear up his body for him.
How do we get in touch?
How did they ever get in touch? Presumably someone would come looking. Perhaps we leave them a note to say
I'm gonna go
it wasn't us who murdered your boss.
That'd be nice.
Be helpful.
I'm going to search the body just on the off chance.
You already had searched the bodies, but we'll go through again. Last time you found the notes, and obviously that distracted you. There's not much else on his body. Obviously, there was that notebook which had that information in. There seems to be a ledger that's written in some shorthand that you don't recognize. You can definitely recognize money, like gold symbols, as in how it seems to be, or been paid this much, but there's some sort of shorthand as to who it was, what it was, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, not much else on him, apart from obviously his clothes, if you particularly wanted to steal his clothes.
It kind of nice.
Are they nice clothes? I can. I mean, they are fairly high quality. It seems like they're made specifically for him. Remember, he's got that nice long overcoat, a waistcoat, nice trousers. Like it, you know.
Nah, I'll pass.
The
Probably a little
blood-stained-
bloody by now. Yeah.
the blood-stained clothes on the floor. I think
Yes, there is a lot of blood on the floor as well. I mean, it like the throat being ripped out, just you know. It's not
Was
good
there
for a
any?
person.
Was there any? Did we see what the weapon was? Was it like a dagger or
It
something?
was a knife, yeah.
Yeah.
Peered behind, shoved it in the sign, ripped
Big old
forwards.
Remind me, what did we see of the person who did it?
I can tell you exactly what you saw by going. But actually, to be fair, there's no point. You saw a figure dressed in all black with a black hood appear, say something around "This is for my family," and then just disappeared again. Teleported in.
Nothing of his
teleported
face,
out.
presumably.
I wonder
no, covered
whether
face, yeah.
is that shadowy figure going to be coming for us. I wonder.
I doubt
It's
it.
quite
It seemed to be
possible.
specifically a vendetta against the mediator.
I hope so, because he just saw us standing around talking to him.
Hmm.
It is a little concerning if somebody of that caliber is coming to see us, considering how much apparent power the mediator had to identify, someone such as myself.
Well, I'm thinking for starters, let's get his body out the way from the door at least, and close the door.
It's not in the door. It's by the fireplace. You were in
Oh,
the
fine.
lounge when this happened.
Perhaps we could burn it.
In the fireplace?
Perhaps.
It's not.
Would
It's not a
return it to
particularly
the
good
end.
fireplace.
I can set fire to him.
Yeah,
I think we should. I think perhaps we. In my people, we would. In my people, we would put a fermentation chamber. We do not have much in here.
We tend
Could
to.
perhaps put him in the ground and leave a note for whoever comes to find him.
Yeah, we can
That
go-
that friend of ours, with the blue eyes. I'm a
Yes.
person.
Seamus.
Seamus.
Well, for the moment,
Right.
I'm thinking let's just put him to one side out the way. Are
What
we gonna
time
go
of
in-
day is it?
Yeah, good point.
I believe it's late at night, or at least late evening.
Yeah, it was late evening.
How's
We
we-
did our operation in
the-
the morning.
Yes. Perhaps we put the body somewhere out of the way, but not hidden. Per
My
se.
concern is that if they were able to find the mediator, then what's to say they didn't find the rest of his cohorts?
Well, that is none of our business, really.
Well, we have got some information from it we could look at.
Yes, I will be going to see
In fact,
Mr. Jeremiah.
if he's got these names in his diary, maybe they might know more about this black figure. Possibly, we could always ask him.
Jeremiah?
Well, he's obviously this mediator's obviously
Yes,
spoken
spoken to him.
Jeremiah, hasn't he? He's spoken to Kelman, and Jeremiah's botany, so maybe he knows.
But he was speaking,
knows.
as far as I know, it was specifically about my particular circumstances.
Well, we won't know till we go there and ask him. will we?
For botanical purposes, it would make sense.
Well, I think a nice cup of
Either
tea,
way, I would like
a bit of a
go to
sleep. and maybe pop over in the morning and ask him.
Great.
I'm just gonna head straight to bed if you don't mind.
I will also do this.
So you leave the body of the mediator still soaking into the woodwork whilst you.
No.
go upstairs and rest.
Actually, I'll pick it up and put it in an armchair.
Exactly, I was going to say, arrange it in an armchair. There is
Weekend at Bernie's.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
gonna quickly
leave
leave
a cup and saucer by him. And,
Yes.
like a KFC bucket or something.
If anybody walks in, it isn't obvious there's a dead body lying on the floor with his throat ripped out.
Yeah,
And,
McDonald's
Yeah, just-
meal deal.
Wrap part of his clothing around his neck or something.
Several bottles of
Good as
gin.
new.
there. Have a nice sleep.
Do we have any sunglasses?
No.
And a nice roll neck sweater.
And
A red sweater.
Well, yes.
yes, yes.
And a red scarf.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, if it wasn't to start with, it is now.
Yes, exactly.
And a beautiful red neck.
In fact, I believe the scarf would be looking something like my dice.
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah, so you all rest up, go to sleep. I reckon, I mean, there's probably some unsettling sleep. There's a
I would
lot
think
going
so.
on in each of your minds. I mean, Etch, you're evidently thinking about the fact that you know, well, you are pretty sure, considering the information, that someone that you thought was completely dead is in fact alive. Flint
I don't know where to
has
start
so
looking
much
for him.
to think about his own heritage, and then the fact that his name is potentially being tarnished, within 100 miles, 200 miles of where you currently sit. And Unit, I'm sure Unit doesn't dream in the same sense of other people, but your thoughts are probably very focused on the next stage of your plan, which is talking to this botanist that supposedly has some answers, but again, it's difficult to know.
Jeremiah. I know that's not his name, but that's what I call him.
Jeremiah's Botany is the place. You have met him, but you will, I'm sure, meet him in the future. You have that unresty night. Is there any flute playing this evening, or is it a somber quiet
No,
night?
I think this evening I'd instead be doing offering up
It's heavy metal flute.
a few plaintive laments to a few prayers up to
Some hardcore flute shredding.
So there's a little bit of just gentle rest, and eventually, yes,
Ooh,
you wake
Greg,
up
I
in the
like
morning.
your t-shirt. Sorry, I just noticed.
You wake up in the
Thank you.
morning, a new fresh day, probably not light yet, but possibly getting there. The lamps are still lit. Is there anything, do you go downstairs? Do you meet each other in the rooms? Are you attempting to, I mean, what's the plan?
Well, in the morning I'm going to head downstairs and, as usual, put the kettle on.
Yes, there
Yeah.
is no,
Get
there is
the old
no
calming
Elsie
tea
making
going.
any breakfast this morning. She seems still
Yeah.
locked up.
I shall rustle
I'm
up.
reading.
Is there any sign of the body having been disturbed?
The body
Or-
is exactly as you left it.
Morning! Oh, yes, I am.
I'm reading over the journal pages again.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to read them out loud again, or do you want to?
No, I'm reading them over in my room.
Good morning, everyone. I will be going to see Mr. Jeremiah. According to the notes in the mediator's book, he's someone who was consulted with regards to problems. So,
Just for the
Well,
podcast, Simon,
whether
can you
you
make sure
join-
you speak up?
okay.
Well, I mean, at some point.
Whether you join me or not is
Well, I was going to say at some
Your
point I probably
prerogative.
need to go to this slave camp that it's mentioned in the. And I was thinking, I mean, I haven't really got anybody to help me out. If I give you a hand with your whatever it is you're looking for, your zombifying stuff, perhaps you can come and give me a hand against this Black Knight.
yes. That would be an agreeable arrangement.
And how about you, Etch?
I'm still in my room.
How about you, Etch?
Yeah, Ed just upstairs. It's just the two of you downstairs.
In that case, I shall make cut up some fruit for Unit, and
Thank you.
Oh,
I'll make
probably-
some tea and. Some
just because I don't want to
breakfast
skip over Unit's new approach to the world and like generally things coming at you. Someone making breakfast for you, or at least considering what you like for breakfast. I mean, it's the first morning I'd say that someone's gone out of their way to get what they've learnt that you like and give it to you. Kindness of humanity and all that kind of stuff. How is Unit feeling?
I think he's probably quite surprised. But doesn't really know how to react. He just kind of goes, "Oh, thank you."
No problem. And then I'll make some breakfast and a couple of cups of tea, and I'll take a cup of tea and a plate up to Etch's room.
Knock, knock, knock.
Hello, morning. Got some breakfast for you. Leave it outside your door.
Oh, I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, I'll head back downstairs again.
Just don't do it too much. You'll go
I was
blind.
just like, didn't make anything for Elsie.
Pardon?
Didn't make anything for Elsie.
Oh yeah.
She's
Oh,
to
yeah.
us.
That's what the
Rude.
plate was. See, the plate he took upstairs and the tea was for Elsie because Etch is going to come down and have his.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
That's what it was all the
Exactly.
time. Honestly. Yeah.
Love
Unit's
that.
Hello,
joke,
Tony.
I'll head
Unit's
down.
joke was missed, which I'm sad about.
Oh, what did you say?
It's
I said,
outside your
I
door.
said, don't do it too much. You'll go blind.
Ah.
Yes, I'll leave it outside the door for Elsie as well.
Yeah, you hear like a vague sort of like muffle inside that's like, thank you. And as you're stepping away, I think you hear a bit of a Flint,
Yeah.
is everything going to be okay?
Oh yes. Don't you worry. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
You got friends now.
There's not much response from there.
That's fine. So I'm going to leave her in peace. I'll go back downstairs again. So while I'm going to have my breakfast. If Etch doesn't come down, I got to start doing a few little practice moves.
I'm sure Edge just come down whilst.
Yeah, I'll come down about now with the journal papers.
That can
Did the rest of the journal, that presumably there were empty pages in it, is that still on the mediator's person?
It was less like a journal in the sense of like lots and lots of pages. It was more like there was individual parts, like all of what you had wasn't necessarily written on one page. Like there was just individual like pads for each of you, just off a couple pages that you have each taken. With your
Okay,
names
are
written.
there spare pages?
I mean, there is paper around if you're looking for paper.
Cool. I take a few sheets of paper and they go upstairs and I just slide them under Elsie's door and then I go,
Okay.
That's very thoughtful. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Just right at the top, a plan.
I don't write anything, I just know that she likes paper.
you're like a cat that doesn't quite understand why, but just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, I noticed that Flint saw that I liked fruit and made me fruit, so I was like, oh well, Elsie likes paper.
Oh,
I like that.
that's
nice.
adorable. So there's the three of you sitting down, probably at the dining table. Probably quite a quiet morning. I mean, you can hear a vague bustle outside, but you're out of the way from most of the bustle of the city. Maybe a little bit of talking every now and again, some hoofs of a horse maybe with a carriage, though again, not many come this way.
Well, chaps, it's all been a bit strange over the last few days, isn't it? Now, I was saying, I was saying to Unit here that Albo wanted to go and do a bit of investigating further afield before too long, and I wouldn't mind a bit of help. So I was saying perhaps we could work together to try and solve our little problems. What do you think? Since we can now trust each other, we've all fought together. I don't know anybody else in this country.
Oh, just meta things, I just realised. Flint doesn't know about the Zombify masses. Mark knows about the Zombify masses.
That's
I thought
true. Yeah.
I thought we already, didn't we?
You read them yourselves. I don't think they were read out, but
Not out loud.
Oh,
you
fair
did already know something about units because it was spoken to about the media.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
about disease. You didn't say zombie. You said
Did you
disease.
say- yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
that about disease. So pretend I said disease instead.
Cool.
So what do you think, Ed?
Could probably all help each other a little bit.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of practice, fighting as well, as long as you don't beat each other up too much. I'm thinking, bit of practice never goes amiss.
Maybe this evening.
Oh yeah, not now, no, a bit later on. You can perhaps you can teach me a few moves. I like that bit with the sword. That's good. That was. I don't really use swords myself much, but very, very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I particularly like the flaming bit. That's really good. I was going to try that with my staff, actually, I thought, but I'm not quite sure what happened. I'll try that later on, see what happens.
See, the thing is, if we're all going to help each other, we need to know a lot more about what we're helping each other with. And if
Right.
I'm going to bring you guys into my problem, there's a lot you need to know.
Well, you tell us whatever you want to. I mean, I'm happy to help you. You just tell us whatever you think we need to know.
We can start with the pages here. And you guys heard the last 2 pages, I believe.
Did-
Yesterday.
Did you read them out? Or...
Not yesterday. Yeah, I read them out at the end. I'll just cover the gist of it, unless Alex has a better summarized version.
I can do the summary if you wish, but it might make more sense coming from
Sure.
Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can also tell us what you want to tell us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, I was just from the journal pages. So essentially, I came here because the mediator handed me these 2 pages first. The scientist talked about in these pages is my father. He worked for the king in Veiluna, and he got involved in some very messy ritual blood magic that eventually caused the fall of Veiluna.
Oh dear.
the monsters that invaded us on that day, they still plague us. And that's a lot of what we'd be dealing with if we went back to Veluna. If you guys were to help me with my problem, you'd be encountering these things. There's a chance that you could be infected by these things.
Yeah, well,
It's extremely dangerous.
Where I was brought up, I was brought up in a monastery, and our philosophy has always been help those who need help. Sounds like you need help, so here I am.
It is interesting that
Thank
you
you.
say we could be infected with something that I've experience of myself. It's in fact part of the reason why I am here. You may have gathered from what the mediator said.
Yeah, he said something about a disease, I think, didn't he?
Yes. Where I am from is very far south.
You can actually point out on the map because you do have
I
a
can.
map now.
It's in
You
the
guys open up
Hybras
my
region. Although not entirely sure about the shape, but it's a human map. So. And
So, did you take him from
Sorry.
Hybris?
yes.
Yeah.
Terrestrial cartography is not always entirely accurate. But regardless, we mostly subsist of a kind of mushroom, which I have samples of and carry them with me. And recently, or relatively recently, a new strain of that fungus appeared. It makes my peers very aggressive, and eventually it takes them over, and they lose connection with the rest of the colony. And so I myself and some like-minded units have been dispatched to find a cure, potentially. I myself appear to be immune, perhaps because of exposure to the fungus.
Oh, that's very handy. Well, that sounds very nasty. Oh, I see. I can see why you want to
Certainly
cure
not.
that. That says all.
Uh,
Well,
And
since
the
you're
journal says that Mr. Jeremiah may know something. So that is where I want to go.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
That sounds, yeah. So, well, since we're all putting our cards on the table, as it were. So, I was brought up in a monastery over to the west, up north. It's been a little country called Elisduin.
What is a monastery?
It's a sort of religious gathering of monks. So,
What is a religion?
Well, we believe in a higher power, in our case Helm, a god who looks after us and asks us to look after other people. So we gather together in his name, and in our particular order of monks, so we get together and we are all about helping out. So we learn a bit of combat and a bit of that sort of stuff, and we try and keep people as safe as we can. We tend to keep ourselves to ourselves. So our little monastery is in a little country which once was part of a much bigger country which got taken over by a dwarven empire, Kugaron. But I won't bore you with the details of why, but we ended up as a little separate country. And everything was going along quite nicely, really, until one of the dwarven...
Fire Nation attacked. Sorry.
What?
Until the Fire Nation attacked.
Until the Fire Nation
Until Fire
attacked.
Nation attacked, yes.
I had to.
I'm watching that at the moment, actually. It's the first time ever. It's really good. And anyway, so the governor of the Dwarven area decided to come and make trouble in our monastery. And long story short, there was a bit of a kerfuffle, and my mentor ended up killing the governor. So I didn't want his name to be sullied, so I let him know that I'd done that, and I ran away. But the governor's bodyguard was this Black Knight. He caused a lot of trouble, tried to kill me, and I'm basically on his trail. I should also mention, by the way, that what the mediator was trying to find out for me, one of the things was I'm not quite sure where I come from myself. You see, all
Indeed,
the
but in your organization, are they also on fire?
no, exactly. You see, they're all elves. You see, and because I don't remember because I was only a baby, but apparently there was some kind of explosion or something, and then there I was, and they brought me up at the monastery. So I don't really know quite where I come from. I mean, the sort of flamey air thing. Nobody else has that where I come from. So he's going to tell me a bit more about that as well. So I'm looking for this night to have a word, and I'm keen to know exactly how come I'm here in the first place, and where do I really come from?
It is interesting. There are similarities between your stories and mine. Flint, your monastery sounds rather like the colony that I am from, and Edge, you are dealing with an infection.
Yes, that's right. Strange how life brings you together, isn't it? We'll have to talk to
troubles.
We'll have to talk to Elsie another time. I think Getch knows Elsie a little bit anyway, don't you?
No, I know her from the town. I don't really know her anything outside of barmaid customer relations.
Okay.
And
So
she
for now,
had no
then-
involvement in the destruction of your city.
No, the destruction has been hundreds of years coming and going and coming again. She's just a baby in this.
So, should we all try and help each other for the moment then and see how it goes?
Sure.
Agreed.
So it seems to me the closest thing is going to be our friend Unit's flower shop visit.
Jeremiah's? Yeah. Might as well take care of what we can while we're here.
I'm going to go upstairs again and knock on the door. Elsie,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to pop out and have a chat with someone at the market. If you want to find us, we're at Jeremiah's, the flower shop.
You could also remember that you could give her one of the amulet-y, walkie-talkie.
You currently have one as well.
Yeah.
Amulet-y.
The amulet-y, yes.
I'll leave the amulet outside your door. So if you want to get in touch, it's here, okay?
Thank you.
I'll come back downstairs again. She's not coming out, so we've left
You
the
hear a
amulet.
vague...
Oh, who has the other end at the moment? Is it Unit?
I think it's me.
Yeah, I think it is he.
There, one of you. It doesn't really matter too much.
Right, so if we need to get in touch, we've got that. Right, shall we go then? What about our friend in the chair over there?
That'll be fine.
What?
I don't suppose he's going anywhere.
Yeah. If he does, then I guess we have something else to be concerned about.
Yeah. I have had that scythe. Anyway. Right.
So you take the walk. I imagine you might be taking it slightly slower than usual, possibly appreciating where you're going past. You're
Yeah.
no longer in a rush. I mean, this is the first time in a while you haven't been in a rush, unless you're giving yourself a rush.
No,
No
I am looking at my shoulder a lot though, just in case any.
I mean, you can give
figures
me
appear behind it.
perceptions if you wish to just be looking around for anything out of the ordinary.
Just consider us on high alert for the next 48 hours or so.
Are you gonna? Oh, you are rolling.
Yeah, I'll do perception. That's the wrong one. That one.
Yeah, that's
That is
It's bad. 12.
12.
that's not bad. That's mediocre.
16.
16.
Somehow worse.
Fair enough. Is Unit doing one or?
No, probably not.
Fair enough. I think with your 16, nothing particularly seems out of the ordinary that you haven't already seen. The people around here, some take a peek, just like, oh, those are some interesting looking people. But I think a lot of them have seen you around. It's, you know how, like in real life, in the center of a town, there's like one particular person that everybody knows exists in that town, and you're like, oh, that's, you've got a nickname for whatever reason.
That's
Oh, that's
that
blah,
guy.
blah, blah, blah. That's that person, yeah.
Crazy Annie with the pinky
That, like, there was one in Leicester who used to dress in like full like steampunk clothing. Or
Oh, it was.
yeah, and like we just recognize it. It's that kind of thing. We're like, oh, it's just those guys. No one's particularly paying attention.
Actually, there were several in Leicester.
You may for the first time, well, yes, you may for the first time notice the lake that you walk past is actually very lovely. I mean, it has benches around the outside. It's got a little, lots of like small birds going around. It's actually quite a nice place to be next to, and you are very close to it. But anyway, you take the long walk from your house, which is on something road. What do I call it? For some reason, I really want to know, and I'm going to go find it. It's 43 Cedar Street, South Circle Courtyard. And you just wander around, eventually get back up to, by this point, probably the sun's come up, a nice bustling Clarence Market. Stalls all in the center selling, homemade jewelry or little, like, buns of some kind of food or just, like, whatever sort of thing you'd see in a normal market. And then, of course, the bigger shops around the edge that you're used to seeing by now. One of which you very much recognize as Jeremiah's Botany.
Jeremiah's Botany.
Well,
then, should we pop in?
Yes.
If you remember, as I described it last time, it's more of a forest than it is a shop. Grass and soil all around, a distinct path cut through all of the plants, and it smells fresh, clean, with a slight hint of fertilizer. And you go back to the counter made of a fallen tree log, and still sitting behind it is, in fact, actually, probably right now there isn't behind it sitting a tabaxi as you're expecting, but you can hear like a whistling somewhere in the foliage off to the left or something, just like.
Hello.
Hello. Russell. Oh, hello. It's you guys, right?
Hello there.
Greetings.
Is there someone I can help you with? I've got some more petals. I've been collecting a little bag of them. I thought you might like that if you came back.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you.
It's all sort of random ones. Some of them might not quite as nice as the others, but if they're falling off, you might as well.
We are not here for petals. Well, Clint is here for petals. I'm not here.
Is there someone I can get you? I got lots of.
I believe recently you were visited by a gentleman known as the Mediator.
Right. Let's just hang on. Come this way. He starts walking through the forest and eventually comes to like a little cabin in the back. So walks in.
How big is this fucking shop?
Right. You go inside. It's a fairly nice. It kind of feels like a little forestry hut. Very small. Little fireplace in the corner. Some seats. He sits down. He's like, right, sit down. Just a little more private in here. I figured at some point you might speak to me about this. I'm sorry that I didn't mention it last time. It was I was told to keep it quiet. He hasn't come back to me saying.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's just. I am a cat. I'm a tabaxi.
Not you.
But like he said to keep it quiet, but he hasn't come to me saying that anything's like ready for information or such.
The Mediator was killed last night in front of us.
Brutal.
That's not good. I mean, I'd say I said it, but I didn't know him that well. It's shame, I guess. Well,
yeah.
I mean, I can see what I. As far as I didn't get a lot of information about what was, I'm assuming it's you, with the. You're the one that's.
It's him. It's
It's
you.
me. No, it's
I was described as like an ant-man of some sorts, but he said that you've got like need a cure of some sorts. He gave me a fungus, which I worked on for a little bit. I think I kind of understand what's going on in a small capacity. But basically, it seems like a mutation of some sort. Definitely, at some point in the past, it was just a mushroom. At this point, it seems to be emitting some kind of controlling spore. Definitely curable, but from my experience, this isn't going to be an easy one. There's quite a lot of stuff that you'd need, and if I'm right about it, which I'll be honest, I'm allowed to toot my own trumpet here that I'm never wrong, it's going to be a hell of a journey to get all the ingredients that you need.
well, that is what I was sent out for. So
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a thing. I can give you this list here, and I'll
please.
Yeah, let me just write it all down for you. Start scribbling. In fact, actually, he probably searches through some notes. I've got it here somewhere. This one. Right, yeah, I don't have a name for this because I don't even know what the infection's called. So it's just like a zombie. I've called it zombie cure. It might be a little unsavory, but I don't have much information on the, you know. So just for the sake of you, just for the sake of you being able to understand me, I will come out of accent. So I will post the list in the chat for you. I now realize that because it's on a several. Yeah.
By the way, we're on the wrong overlay.
We are on the wrong overlay. I did this earlier. Well, it doesn't matter too much. I did this earlier because I wasn't here, and then I completely forgot about it. Come on, mouse. Work. Ah! Why is this not working? Hey! I don't have to change anything. Boom. Oh, he's walked away. So,
Bye, Mark.
If I go to here, this will take a couple seconds. Just let me get to it. So he hands you a list which has a lot of like words that you vaguely don't recognize in any shape, but they're all ingredients of some sort, vegetation of some sort. Some things seem a little bit stranger than others. That one, that one, that one, that one. Okay. What?
He never left. He was sitting there the whole time.
There you go. Boom. So that's in there, and I will read it out, of course, because there's a podcast that wants to know. So it says you'll need 5 Berimus berries found on the Berimus cactus in the Kavir. Oh, sorry, I just need to highlight something. 4 Aeorian nullifier eyes found in the northern caves of Dina Efaro. 8 Kenaramin fungal sacs found in the bogs of the Mykoris. 7 Hybriceps found underground in the Hybris region. 1 bone claw found when summoned by a necromancer. 3 cups of eternal flame found in the eternal wells in the fire elemental's plane. And 20 liters of uninfected formicid blood. He says, yeah, this is, I think, I've experimented with all of these stuff before, and it seems to be right, so, hopefully that's all I got for you. You know, at this point, it's like, I can't have much more. I wish I could. I can make it once you get all this stuff.
Come across this list.
Oh, I made the list myself. I know what all this stuff does. I've spent my life looking into this kind of stuff, you know, and I've read a lot of books. I know all this stuff, and there's basic chemical stuff that you learn what reacts with what. And as far as I've done with my analysis on the fungus that I was given, these should be able to effectively kill, but also nullify the effect, create some sort of immunization to the effects of the spores, and sort of give as far as I understand, their minds back, and reverse all of the problems that are going on. I did my research.
Very well, it is better than anything else that I have, so...
Yeah, sorry about it being a bit of a crazy list. I understand that a lot of that stuff's quite far and wide. Especially the fire elemental. The fire elemental plane one, I've worked with that stuff before, no idea where I got it from. I bought it from a market a long way away, so I wouldn't even know if it's
frankly, I have no idea how we are going to get to the fire elemental plane if only we knew a fire elemental, but we don't, so...
Well, yeah, it's a shame, really, but I'll wait on you to have this stuff.
Also, Mark, you're muted, I don't know if you realize that.
So there. Well, there's the thing, isn't it?
What is the
Kavir? Kavir is a very, very hot place. It's a desert north of where I come from, actually.
Oh, good.
Right
I do not look forward to that.
What's the Dina Efaro?
There's a lot of very unpleasant dwarves in that area. You've got to be careful up there.
Dina Efaro. Oh,
Dina Efaro. That one's if you got a map, I can point it out for you.
Yeah, but no, we don't have a map. It's
Yes,
covered in blood.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's
Well,
Well, he
if
knows
you-
the mediator's
Oh,
dead
man.
anyway, so
As far as I'm aware, if my geography is correct, it's up north. If you've ever heard of Dimarth and Dimor, they're sort of like twin countries.
I've read about
Just
it at
connected to
some point.
Dimor, there's a little sort of a
peninsula.
well, you kind of go through a peninsula and then onto a big country, Dine Faro. It's hot up there. I reckon you'd be looking at tropical weathers up there.
The Macoris. I've been to the
Huh.
Macoris. I came here by the Macoris, the islands in the middle of the sea.
Hmm. Not many people go there. It's a difficult one. There's a lot of bogs. As far as I'm aware, it's a lot of people travel, stay around the edges for like a holiday, but the inner sections are dangerous. Lots of beasties and also getting stuck. Not a good thing. Quite easy to get stuck in there.
I never went in from the coast. Only just stopped on the ship.
Yeah, ships do go around it quite a lot, so that's
Yeah,
probably
we
where.
stopped there briefly,
oh.
but I didn't really get off.
What about this one? The Bone Claw?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
commonly used a lot for when it comes to. So there's a little bit of like I guess you could call it like a necromancy kind of stuff going on in the fungus. It's effectively trying to like kill off some of the brain functions and sort of re-get to it. This is to sort of reverse that. That's where that comes in. I understand you have to find a necromancer for that one. Not sure where you'll find one of them, but bone claws are used quite a lot for sort of counteracting.
Are they sold?
Not that I know of. You might be able to find one somewhere, but I'm not sure many people would sell them.
Oh shit.
More likely
Do
you
you
have to
have
find a. Huh?
do you have any idea how the fungus mutated? What it came to be?
Natural, I think.
Natural.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably been. I don't know if you'll have noticed in the last. Well, you probably wouldn't be alive, but the last 50 years, 100 years or so, maybe that people are getting more sluggish or like seem a little different in part. I reckon it's just suddenly happened. One of them mutate in such a way, and then it spreads across. I don't know the exact, details.
Hey, do you have any idea what this what's under this blood stain here on this map?
Should I question the blood stain?
It was on the mediator.
Mediator's blood.
Okay, well, let me. I've never been the best at geography. I believe up there you've got Forth, and there's an island up there as well, which is up
Forth
up north of Forth. No, the country's called Forth.
Oh,
And I think that you'd be looking at Forth. I can't remember what the island's called though.
Fifth.
No, they don't know. I'm called Fifth.
Oh, that's
it's better than four.
Just out of character, you are the third person to make that joke, and it's still not funny.
But I'm just thinking, because third and fourth.
Yeah, but further than Fourth is Fifth, but this isn't. Well,
Oh, hey, yeah,
I'm happy to try and answer any more questions if you want, but I mean, I'm only a botanist. I'm not, I don't know how much more use I can be. I tend not to get this stuff myself. I tend to, buy it or order it
That's
in part.
the reasonable thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, these are all quite rare stuff. And if you were looking to buy it, you'd be looking at, tens of hundreds of thousands of gold. Because people don't like doing that kind of stuff,
I don't suppose you had any discussion with the mediator as to his motives for this
Oh,
whole.
really? He said that he was looking for... Well, he paid me to come up with this and said at some point he'd be asking for it back. That's all it really was.
Everywhere.
He seemed a bit of a secretive man,
Yes.
Honestly, not surprised he was killed.
Oh, yeah, it was, But then I guess it's just easy to trust another Tabaxi, so...
What? He wasn't at the backseat.
I mean, I don't know how many you've seen, but there aren't many other very characters. I definitely think I'd recognize a Tabaxi if I was looking at one.
Oh, Oh, that's very interesting.
It
Because
is
the mediator
strange.
we met didn't look anything like a tabaxi.
No.
Deep gray skin, white hair, shaved cut.
Yeah.
Nothing I recognise,
skin.
no.
Well, here's the thing.
Different people?
What did the other tabaxi visitor look like? Other than a tabaxi.
Oh
Ah,
my
you-
god, that's how he covers his tracks.
Ginger skin, I mean ginger fur, you know, a bit of a white belly. I could see poking out. He was wearing like a
Did he have
waistcoat.
both of his ears?
A waistcoat,
clothes
No,
sound
he
about
had
the
both
same.
of his ears, yeah.
a waistcoat and a long outside coat.
No, I didn't have any other coat, just a waistcoat over there.
Hmm.
Different person or disguise?
I think that's just the way he keeps his tracks hidden, so he's not.
Perhaps he sends people in his place. Perhaps there are more than one mediator.
Well, a
Right.
mediator is someone who goes between people, isn't he? I wonder if there's somebody above him.
Perhaps there is an organization of mediators.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
That's
afraid.
for a thought for another day.
Yeah, food for thought, definitely. Well, there we go then. That gives us a few things to think about.
What session is this, by the way?
4.
Four.
Yeah, well, I can, like I said, if I can help at any point, just let me know. If I feel like you're going to be going quite a far afield, so if you're ever around the area, you know, say hi.
Yeah, we'll come by.
Oh, thank you. Very kind of you. Very
Got some good
kind.
tea leaves.
Yes,
You're welcome.
yes.
Any idea
Well-
where we may pick up a bag of holding around here?
Most likely you want to be looking at Luchavarios. I mean, he does all the enchanter stuff, so he might be able to hook you up with one of them.
We did stop by there. All right.
Do you have any? Have you had any interactions with what was the name? What was the name?
Seamus?
No, vampire lady.
Oh, vampire!
Valerie.
You're talking about
Valerie.
Valerie. Yeah, a little bit. She's a bit of a recluse in herself. I tend not to go in the shop, but yeah, she's fairly nice. I feel like a lot of people get the strange impression when they find out she's a vampire, but they don't like suck blood and stuff. That's more of a like a they can transform people as far as I'm aware. Like something in the teeth that sort of like does like a permanent transformation sort of thing. So I don't understand, but she just never made problem. You know, just stays out of the sun and that's fine.
I figured she wouldn't be able to have a shop in the circle here if she was a problem.
Well, it was a an interesting one when she first got here, but someone made a decision that was, you know, she's fine. So who am I to say otherwise?
Yeah.
I mean, you look
You
at my
start seeing a
place is
series of-
practically a forest in itself anyway, so you're not like I'm
Yeah.
the.
How do you do this?
Well, a
The-
bit of watering, you know, make sure it all stays fresh, and I have to mow the path every now and again, so it stays
Is
nice.
this
Yeah,
place
well,
magic,
hold the
but it
building in your
seems
building.
Very large.
Oh, it's only a small building.
Yeah. There's a whole other building inside the building.
Oh, it's only a small. It's just to clarify, it's only like a small hut. It's not like he's got like a
Yeah, but-
gigantic building inside of a building.
But even a shop has to be pretty large to
It's a
fit.
pretty large shop. I mean, if you look at
Another-
the map, the sizing of like a house versus one of these shops,
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's a
like they're pretty big buildings. And
It's like putting a shack inside a Walmart.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah's botany, if you look at it, is too wide anyway.
It's a superstore. It's a super
So
garden
it's just
store.
it's
You guys
it's
are
fine.
knockouts and they're selling sheds.
Exactly. Like
This
it's
is Woodmart.
Woodmart. Oh.
Well, there you go. That's very looks like a bit of travelling out of you then. You did
Pine Mark.
fine.
you're still going on that.
Well, if we're gonna be traveling,
Yeah,
we need
other
some
ones.
money, and if we need some money to buy a bag of holding to pick up things we may find. Can't really
And
travel
that's,
light across the world.
So that vampire lady did say she might have some work. Gotta get some money.
I mean, we have 5,000 something gold right now.
Should we head over to the?
Not sure I
head
can
over
really
to-
help with that, would it? I wish I could have more some gold, but obviously I've got to run my own stuff. Would it just be nice if you could walk up to the king and just be like, money, please? I don't.
He was not going to help you.
Why? He's lovely, but
so-
I don't think he's going to give money to people for no reason.
Lovely.
He's a lovely man. I've never had any issues. Whenever I need permits and stuff, it's. I mean, I had to expand the shop by one, and he was basically straight through. Although I don't actually know if it was him that approved it, but I feel like he gets up there. You know.
He handles that directly?
I wouldn't know. I put a permit through, and he got approved by. I don't know how it works up there, but I mean, they don't exactly have a
He didn't
council.
do anything.
They don't exactly have a council, so it feels as though it's definitely going up to them for most decisions. And
It's
Clarence
like
Market
a
is.
decision.
Huh?
It feels like you're laboring at unproductive point edge.
I think
What?
he's telling you
I'm
to shut the fuck up. I'll be honest.
I mean, you
Nah.
keep going as well. He's telling us both to shut up. I think.
The Clarence Market is pretty big in the. You may have noticed in the city. So like we like as shops go, we're the main ones. We got a prime positioning. I imagine he has some kind of play in it, or at least one of the royals. Is 5 of them, 4 of them? I think it's 4. The 2 sons, the king and the queen. Sorry, we're getting distracted anyway. If you have anything against them, then I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking
Think
maybe
we
we
gotta be
go
on
and
our
try
way.
and buy that bag of holding you were talking about. Unless you fancy
Yes, okay.
getting another chat with the king, of course.
No.
I don't know many kings myself.
Right,
Let's go to Lucivarius.
well, have a nice day.
Thank you for your
Very nice.
help,
Welcome.
Jeremy.
Yeah, very, very kind.
Hopefully,
thank
it
you.
at some point is works. You know.
I would
Me
like-
too.
I will come back if when I find the ingredient.
All right.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'm gonna head off over to
too.
the magic bag shop.
The
Magic
magic bag shop. So you wander outside.
Specifically for magic bags.
You wander outside and head over to Lucivarius Wonders. This is one you've been to before. Medium shop laid out with shelving on the walls, podium spread around the center, and this is the purple-skinned tiefling with tiger-like black tattoos around the face and hands. 4 horns protrude from the forehead, 2 large ram-like horns coming backwards on the top of the brow, 2 inner horns curving round horizontally from the edge. She's adjusting something on one of the displays at the moment. Seems to be very sort of like it's a sword on like a little stand that she's just making sure it's absolutely parallel with the, you know, it's like a bit of a.
Morning.
Oh, hello. Can I help? Oh yeah, you've been here before. I recognize the.
Yeah.
Recognize you. You're rather
You came by-
recognizable.
Oh, there.
People tend
Thank
to.
you. Thank you.
Well,
seems
it's
we have
less of
some
a compliment. It's more he's grey with cracks on his body or gigantic 6 appendaged. I wouldn't even know what the technical term is. And well, I mean, you're just an
We know.
elf, but you know those 2 stand out.
It seems some traveling came into our future, and we're going to need a bag of holding.
A bag
have
of
any?
holding. Yes. I don't believe I have one in stock. I mean, I can give you a list of everything I have, but I'm pretty sure that's not one of them. They are they're not too difficult to make. I'm sure I could you know, acquire a bag, get the magic. It's effectively just a portable dimension, rather simple these days. I mean, I could charge you 600, I'd say, for a creation of one. You know, it's more difficult making one than just having one. Once they're made, they depreciate in value quite quickly, unfortunately.
Wouldn't be a problem at all.
Wouldn't it? Yes.
Oh, we'd
I
like
can.
to-
Yes, if you can get the 600. I'd need the money first, or at least a little
There you go.
deposit first.
Got it right here.
Thank you. In which case, yes, I'll get to that a couple days, and I should have one Thought I'll have
What
to get
else
some
do you
parts in.
have in stock out of interest?
I believe I
Hmm?
gave you the list before.
I don't
Oh,
know
that
where. I think it's just in chat somewhere.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
that you were
Always up.
interested in previously.
Oh, it's the
Scroll
scroll.
check what the scroll told
Scroll,
you.
all the way down to the breastplate armor of resistance. Yes, in which case I will. Yes, I'll do that. Hopefully, like I said, a couple days that should be ready for you. Useful
Thank you
things,
very
aren't they?
much.
Yes, useful things. They sell out quite quickly, hence why I never really have any in stock. But like I said, easy to make.
Thankfully so.
Yes. So
Yeah.
don't mind if I ask why you're in town? I don't mind if you don't want to answer. It's just, don't get many stranger figures like you,
There was some unpleasantness to do with slaves
Oh,
that we were trying to sort out. All done
slaves.
now. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I'm
very
glad
nasty.
that's-
Very nasty.
It's dealt with. Were you hired by the royals or?
An interested party just wanted to
Yeah.
get rid of the slaving in the town, I think.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's nothing I've heard of, so it seems like you have dealt with it.
Hopefully, nothing that you will have.
No, yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's not very nice people, really.
No. Well, I hope that nothing else comes this way. You said you were traveling. Sorry, I just punched my microphone. No, you said that you're traveling, so I'm assuming I won't be seeing much of you after I send you off with a bag of holding. So, if there's
Oh, you
anything you
know,
wish
like-
to buy before then, or I can, if you have the money, I can perhaps acquire. Then
A
how
little too
about,
rich for our blood, I think.
How about a bone claw?
a bone claw. Well, I'm not a necromancer myself. None in stock. I tend to work with enchanted objects, not sort of. I guess you'd call it an ingredient. I'm trying to think what your best angle on getting one of those, or even my best angle on getting one of those would be.
You happen to know any nice necromancers?
Nice necromancers, or I don't know any necromancers, let alone nice ones. People pushing into necromancy tend to have something little unscrewed in their brain as it starts. It's not.
It was sarcasm.
Yeah. I'm sure they exist out there. If you were looking for, I guess if you were looking for someone with, like I said, an ingredient, the cauldron. If you talk to Valerie, she might at least know where to go for one. I know she brews her own potions. I don't think she's really in the selling of ingredients, but I imagine it goes into a potion of some sort.
I was thinking of heading there next anyway.
Oh, yeah.
If we have to wait a few days for the bag of holding.
Hmm.
Well, that's right. What time of day is it now?
I mean, it's still late morning.
Well, let's go and have a chat with Valerie then.
Well, if there's anything else you need, like I said, a couple of days, come back. I'll have that for you.
I'll see you in
By
a
a couple, you
days
mean
time.
2 days?
2 days, yes.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, I'll see you the day after tomorrow then.
And once again, you waddle across the the center of Clarence Market over to the cauldron, one you have seen before. Very dark, and that low layer of smoky mist layered across the floor. The windows are blacked out, and the sparse lighting is red in color. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. And behind the
Hello,
counter,
what-
once again, you see Valerie, pale skin, misty white eyes, slicked back hair.
Hi,
Hello.
Valerie, how are you?
About as average as it comes. Can I help?
Good.
We are looking to, or rather, I am looking to come into possession of a bone claw.
Bone claw. Well, I don't have one in stock, but I do have a source for that sort of thing, though not necessarily particularly savory in person.
If they will give me a bone claw, then I will.
Well, yes. What would you be looking for a bone claw for?
It is part of a treatment of sorts.
Well, I guess it's none of my business. The person I tend to talk to lives in Veluna.
You talk to someone else from Veluna, huh?
You're from Veluna?
Shit. Yeah.
Yes. There's just a little.
Not a lot gets out.
No.
I didn't
Well,
think a lot gets out.
not really. I tend to. He's a rather unsavory fellow. He lives on the edge, he's sort of south of the bottom of the mountain. Although, I guess the bottom of the mountain might now be the hole that's in the center. The place confuses me. I don't know why anybody lives there. Anyway, regardless, I don't know his name. I don't know much about him. Honestly, I go over, I know where he lives, and then I ask what I want. I pay him some money, he gives it. There's moral ambiguity for buying from a necromancer, and quite honestly, I don't particularly want to know where he gets most of the stuff or how he does most of the stuff, but it's good for business, and yeah, I try to balance out the negatives with the positives.
To be fair, there's probably a good stock in Veluna. Just readily available.
Of bone claws?
The ingredients to get one, probably. There's a lot. That whole sunken thing is not great.
Yes,
that's where he
there's a lot
is.
going on there with the things. It always smells so... Ugh. You know, the whole place just smells... What's the smell?
Garlic?
Yes, garlic. It's weird. You grow a lot of that there, or...?
Why does
Nope.
it smell of garlic?
It's just a... It's just a side effect of... It's a long story. Don't worry about it.
Where is Veluna?
Oh, you can see
It's
it.
north of here.
If you look towards the mountains to the north.
Yes, I believe it was pointed out to us.
Yeah, it's the largest mountain there with the big hole in the side.
Yes, the whole and then
Oh.
the entire city on it. It's a strange place to have a city. Although, to be fair, it was the capital before this one, so I guess it was, for some reason, advantageous.
It is beautiful up there, to be fair.
I've never been further up. There's a lot of people warn me not to go into Veluna, particularly.
It's not easy.
No.
Can
Either way.
Can you give me the location of your unsavory friend?
Yes, I mostly know it by direction. So if you go to the mountain, you're from Veluna, what's the lower section called?
Ingim?
Imgim, something like that. There's, in that area, sort of right down at the bottom, there's like this little sectioned off portion. I don't know what it's called. It's like this little portion. Anyway, it's completely dilapidated, broken down. I don't think anybody lives there. But in the center of that, there's just a building, stone building, and inside there is the person.
How do you spell Imkin?
I'll put it in chat.
IYM or something.
GHYM.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
What's
IYM
IYM.
GHYM.
GH. There you go.
Blank break for that one.
I put?
I mean, listen.
IMGIM because that way I'll remember how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yes, it seems as though, like, I don't know, maybe people moved out, or maybe they're all dead. I don't really know what goes on. But he's got a big building that does experiments. I tend to just go to the door and say, hello, I'd like some, whatevers, and give him some money.
Is this so that Greg can commit mutiny and say I am GM?
You figured out my plot. No.
You figured it out for him.
What was used ruined building in the middle? Was it?
No, it's like a ruined area with a quite nice building, actually. It's, well, not nice, but
Do I know
built.
what area he's talking about? Or she's talking about?
You might do.
And is
You
the
might.
building intact?
How long would
The
it
one he
take
lives
us-
in, yes.
How long would it take us to get from here to Veluna, do you think?
I tend to go by carriage, so by carriage it's no more than a day or so, a couple days, depending on the
5 days
speed.
walking.
Yes.
Well, 5 days coming down is probably a lot more going up. I haven't
Yes.
actually left before, so
It would take a while to walk. But I mean, you can. There's, just follow the river, basically. Well, not this river, the next one over. But it's hard to miss. You just go towards it.
the problem comes going up.
But it
Yes,
certainly seems to be It's got
So
to be
we
the
get-
closest
If we get any
ingredient,
more
isn't it?
specific instructions, then it's an in-game, it's a ruined area with a nice building in the centre.
Which stand right
I
down
mean,
to the
rest
bottom.
of
Cannot miss.
it's probably right on the edge of where the hole sunk.
Well, it seems to be the closest.
Hopefully, people will be able to tell us where the necromancer is. I imagine
Just
they would
a-
probably fairly.
I'm
If we
thinking
can't find them immediately, I've got contacts. We could probably figure it out.
just because Purdy isn't here, right? So
Who's Purdy?
this is outside of our chat. This is to. So
Can't you tell?
Part of it, yeah, exactly. This is Flint, okay? So Flint has a very stupid accent, and I have a even more stupid accent. So,
Completely different accent to World White Vein as well.
It makes
Yes,
it makes it
yeah,
very
well-
easy to roleplay if you're away, though. Good night, I'm Flint. I speak like this all of the
I'm
time.
Flint. Yes. You never say old chap at all, hardly. Anyway,
You've only said it like 5 times in the last hour.
not today at all.
No, he hasn't
Yeah.
said it today.
You have said chap. You said it a couple of times.
I say chap, but not old chap.
Okay.
See, that's all the difference.
It's different.
Uh,
It's different.
Because I actually do say chap to people. Anyway, so I was going to say that obviously, if Purdy was here, one of her things is this in 3 days' time. 3 days' time as a meeting.
Oh,
So,
that's-
In a
No,
place
no,
that
no,
we
no,
have
no.
no idea.
but we don't in the game. We don't know that because we haven't talked to Elsie about it yet.
No, she wouldn't be concerned. Her thing does not say. Well, yes, it does say he is meeting in 3 days in somewhere. I'm just don't worry about her side of things because I mean at that point,
Okay.
considering
To
you
be
have
fair,
no
it
idea
could
where
be-
it is anyway,
It
you'd
could
go.
be in high brass. It should be able to get there. So.
It's in fourth.
Oh, it's in
But-
fourth.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't know that, and we don't know
Why do what?
because we haven't seen her notes. Because we've already we three have sat down and talked, but she hasn't. So
Yeah,
we
it's a
three-
worry for a different time.
So I was just saying I don't, but I don't want to muck up Purdy's.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't be able to get
by
there
us.
in 3 days' time, anyways.
But if it's going to take a couple of days to get to Valuna, by the time we get back, it'll be too late for that meeting. And just want to mention it, as long as Alex is okay with it, I'm okay with it.
But at the end of the day,
DM is cool.
at the end of the day, it will be something that has to be dealt with because Purdy isn't here. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to do her entire
Yeah.
side questions without her. You know.
Yes.
So
At
let's
least
see what else
she
he's
even
saying
cares
now.
about it.
The good news is, yes. So what do you think then, chaps? Should we?
Maybe it was a typo, Nat. She said it.
We got a couple of days to kill before we get
There's
this.
some blood, maybe.
Bag. Do you wanna
Valerie, you have any
maybe-
work?
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's true. You did mention something.
Wouldn't hurt to make a bit more coin. Asking
Yeah.
Valerie if she's got work.
Alex.
Oh, you're actually asking her. You weren't talking in
Yeah,
character.
asking, yeah.
You weren't talking in character, so I wasn't.
You know,
Um,
What's his-
Work,
Can you tell by his voice?
work.
I could tell. I could tell. Don't you worry. I could tell.
Well, there's only really one thing that I need, but I'm not convinced that it's really in your wheelhouse.
Is it a moon claw?
It's not a bone claw. Hmm. The only reason I bring this to you is you're very noticeable. And I mean that in a good way, just in that people are aware of your presence, and it makes me think that you have a potential to be influential in ways that I struggle. Plus, I can't go out in the daytime. I'm currently trying to expand a little. And by expand a little, I mean open up a second shop over in the west. But permissions are difficult, and I need somebody to talk to somebody
Oh no.
high up.
God damn it.
Anybody in particular?
Sorry,
What?
He's speaking
Oh
Elven.
yeah.
I got
I recognise that word.
lost in a like I don't know, daydream tangent where Valerie said, "I'm looking to expand," and then in my brain went, to it. And by that I mean taking over the whole market.
I want to take over everything.
Everything.
I thought you were about to tell us to stand out in the circle with the signs that you flip around. It's like, hey, come on.
Well, if you're looking to do that sort of thing, maybe potentially I could give you some money.
Free sample of shrinking.
Listen, I
potion.
don't know exactly where the forms go. None of us particularly do, but as far as I'm aware, it's up in the castle. I don't know if you have any influence up in the principal. I don't know if you have a way into the principal more than anything.
We do know a chap who lives in there, don't we?
That would be useful.
We know that way in.
But if you could just try and... you said you... Wait, did you say to her you dealt with the slave trade? No, you said that to someone else.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was like, if
What
you
is it?
had some way of just sort of moving things along, I'd be very grateful.
Where is it that you wanted to expand to?
At the west circle. There's a few open sort of plots over there, but it's very difficult to convince someone that you want to open it up. The main problem is that being a vampire, it seems as though people seem to be under the impression that I'm going to need to convert somebody to open a second shop, which isn't true. I can have normal staff. So I just need someone
It's
to...
part of your brand.
Place to have a
It
brand.
is, and it would be on the table, but only if someone is willing. Like it's not something that I'm going to be doing against someone's will, which a lot of people are scared of.
Are you
if you
looking to
understand.
recruit goths?
Huh?
You're looking to recruit goths?
Well,
Angsty
they help. They
teenagers.
definitely have the aesthetic. But the point is, just a little convincing that I'm not actually dangerous. I know that people around here know it, and I know most people know it in their hearts, but you know how it is. I don't
Well, you
exactly output a confidence to some.
I don't know, we can't make any promises, but we could always have a word, I suppose.
Yes. We can look.
It would be
That
wonderful.
she does not sound happy.
If we were able to get it done, how much would it pay?
I'd be saying if you got it, well, it depends on what you got done. If you completely worked it through, I'd be happy to give you around 5,000 gold for something like that. But it depends on how far you get. Let's just say it'd be a percentage depending on how much you got done. 100% is 5,000. Good?
Well, I'm
That she don't sound especially
very-
pleased.
I don't know, honestly. I'll have to think about it over the night.
Okay.
What is there to think?
I really don't like the royalty.
Don't?
Yes, you have to make
Trying
that
to figure
better.
out if it's worth 5,000 gold.
Well, they seem
If you
lovely
don't- if you don't-
people. I mean,
If you don't want to
Just
come on
push
home, boys, it's old chap said old boy. If you don't want to come along, you don't have to. You can always stay back in the house.
Young child.
Thing is, it might be important in getting it done. If they do recognize me, I would just have to pretend that I'm not pissed at them.
recognize? Not part of my problem. So yes.
Well, we'll see what we
A
can
strong
do.
maybe.
Well, let me know, because obviously it changes my plans slightly.
Well, I think we'll go and have a word and let you know in the next couple of days how we're getting on. How's
Okay.
that?
Fair enough.
Tomorrow morning.
Fair
Make a
enough.
decision.
So in that
But-
case, it must be about midday by now, I suppose.
Oh yeah, you're pushing midday.
Dragon's flagon. Wait, no, that's the fancy one, isn't it?
You've got the Dragon
I want-
Flagon, which you did look into, which is more like a restaurant. The Palace Chalice is the other, who you didn't go into, but you also know that
We could get
Bean.
to
Bean exists.
We could
Oh,
get
where's
to Bean,
the
because we could go into oh, we can't get past the guards, can we? I was going to say we could go through the magic passageway up to the north of the city now, but we can't get in.
Magic
Well,
passageway.
presumably the crap shack is under new management now.
Yeah, when we turn up to
Rebranded
the,
to the I don't know.
The Crab
really
Shack.
nice shack.
Crab shack.
Hmm.
The shit shop.
Wait, the Dragon Flagon is the one that gave me the hipster serving of beer, right?
I don't believe you actually went to the Dragon.
We've been to the Dragon Flag.
We definitely did.
It
That-
says
we-
2 orc bartenders. in my notes.
Yeah, we had.
Oh yes, yes, you did. You did.
They gave me like this much of a nice whiskey or something.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
It was like a single sip.
Otherwise known as a shot.
I mean,
A single. I'm just
Shots are so gross.
very aware that there's apparently just no music playing right now.
Oh,
Otherwise,
Alex.
it's just really quiet.
Alex.
What?
here's a question. Why are you, Greg, and Mark all moderators in the Twitch chat, and I'm a lowly user? Fucking
Oof.
rude.
Oof.
I have never dared to try clicking on the button that says try mod view because God alone knows it would be a disaster.
It's
I'm
not.
happy
It's
to
fine.
take it off
Anyway,
your hands.
anyway.
Oh yeah, so
This is a
let's go to
podcast.
which was the closest tavern to where we are?
I mean, so there's two that are directly in Clarence Market. That is the Dragon Flagon and the Palace Chalice. There's also Bean, which is a little coffee shop, and then there are plenty of other taverns around the place. None of which are close by. You know, your closest would probably be next to your house.
Should we try the Palace Chalice since we haven't been there before?
I think we should go talk to Pete. We haven't actually spoken to. Oh God, what's his face?
Fang.
No, like his real name, Terminus. And
Terminus.
since everything
actually-
went down the other day.
We could walk around to Sleepy Beats. Why not? No, you need to have a chat with him about this young lady's issues anyway.
And he may give us some more free drinks. So
Well, that's always. As long as you've got some water, I'm happy.
Maybe we can go back via the safe house and pick up some clean glass.
just drink it straight from the bottle. Probably untouched.
Probably.
Probably.
Uh,
You walk in, he just gets a bottle.
no, Pete, no, why?
Yeah.
Just pulls out the cork.
Oh,
Oh dear, oh dear.
yeah, let's go to Pete's.
Okay, so you take another hour or so walking up to the top. It's getting to you're probably getting quite hungry at this point as well because it's later in the day after
Eat
lunchtime.
me.
Sleepy Pete. Oh no.
You're all the
Would
way
you
to
eat it?
Sleepy Pete's. You walk inside. I mean, you walk through the edge as usual, and it's dark. It's not dark because obviously it's the middle of the day, but everything feels very dark and dank and horrible. But you're used to it. You know, you're just like whatever. Get to Sleepy Pete's. Walk in. There's the same guy falling asleep or whatever on a table, and he walks in. You're right. Been
Hey, how's it
bit of
going?
time.
So, well, you sure
Nice
your
to see you.
friend in the corner is not dead?
Give him a
He
poke, will
never
you?
seems to have.
I give him up and look at the ribs.
He's like, it's fine.
Hi Pete. Have you seen our friend around recently?
I mean, vaguely. Hasn't asked for anything though.
We did
Yeah,
some.
just- Wanted to check in with him. No, I haven't spoken to him since
Sure.
everything yesterday.
How are the slaves? Or ex-slaves?
Just
Yeah, I don't know personally, but I think they're doing fine. I fed them, gave them some drinks, and then we got some, got some people to. Well, I didn't get some people, Terminus got some people to come get them and take them to wherever they're supposed to be.
Oh, that's good news. Excellent.
Can we get some drinks, Pete?
Yeah, sure. What'd you like?
A glass of
Some-
water.
That
please.
wine you gave me before. If you got another. bottle of
I
that.
think so. Hang on. Well, this one. The label fell
Yeah.
off, so I don't actually know what this one is.
That's all right.
Sure.
Can I
Takes
have
sweet, it's fine.
a glass of water, please?
Yeah, sure. Grabs a glass, just goes into a tap. There you go.
Spits on the tap.
I'm going to boil it.
All right, I can get you warm water if you want.
No, it's okay. I want to go and clean the glass.
And what about for you? Anything?
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you.
All right. Well, I can get Fang for you if you want.
Yeah.
Sure,
Mine
yeah.
would be, very good. Yeah.
Sure, sounds good. He goes back to the bar, gets one of the tankards that's always sitting there and just twists it ever so slightly. Be around soon.
Oh my god, I hate it.
I always found that bad at timing considering there is a signal system.
I was sort of half expecting him to have a bust of Shakespeare and lift the head up and press a button.
Yeah, like Stephen Hugh was a bust of Shakespeare.
Yeah, it's Batman.
Oh, I'm gonna try whatever's in this bottle.
You try whatever's in this bottle.
It's olive oil.
He's gonna roll something. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'm boarding my really
Gasoline?
boarding my.
Can you give me a Constitution check?
Oh my god. Cyanide?
Oh no.
Natural one?
Oh, it's a 9.
Hatch dies?
It's a 9. You take a drink and it tastes like, I mean, kind of like gasoline. It's just strong. It's like almost pure alcohol at that point, but burny and just like, nah. And then you realize over the next 5 seconds that just that quick, you're basically just plastered.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh god, Pete, what is
Oh, no.
what is this?
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
Also, Alex, that was a very good. It's very Voldemort.
I haven't been this plastered in a long time. Oh, holy shit.
There's suddenly, and I'm sure against the pounding headache that's already appearing in Edge's head, there's a boom! I'm here! Oh, it's you. Hello. Comes, sits down, takes off the mask. Hello. Yes.
See you.
You do not look very good,
So
Edge.
much noise. I've been here 10 minutes. I'm already plastered.
Wow, you
Wanna
go
join me?
hard. What is this?
Want to join me?
Oh,
I-
no, fine. God, no, I don't want to try that. What did you give him?
Oh,
It doesn't.
I have no idea. I'm pretty
You
sure
said
that
the
was.
label fell off.
I'm pretty sure that was a Molotov cocktail, just without the flames.
Oh god.
It's a rubbing alcohol.
Oh yeah, that might be.
I can make flames. What if I tried to make flames right now? Would I burst in the fire?
I wouldn't try it.
Oh.
Edge do not make flames.
I'm
We've
going to
seen
give
that.
him my cup of tea. I think you should drink this, oh boy. My friend.
Okay.
What?
It tastes just like it.
Kevi, don't make a,
Oh.
Kevi, don't make a habit of that, Mark.
No,
It
no,
might
no.
become
The alcohol is just burnt off your taste buds. You can't taste anything anymore. Well, it's
I
been
think
a
he's
minute
leaving.
before we said hi to each other. He's gone. It's fine.
Edge is doing terribly, and Flint's like, "Here, drink this literally boiling water."
It's a cup of tea.
It's been a
You're
second since we
reminded.
said hi. I didn't manage to catch up with you after the success of.
Yes, you were strangely absent.
Yes.
I was outside the front.
We went outside the front. You were not.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we looked out the window.
No, you and Elsie went outside, didn't you?
No,
Pretty sure.
I think so.
looked out the
I don't
window.
think we did,
You
no.
wouldn't have seen me from the window. I was around the corner, making sure nobody comes down that road.
But whatever, we managed to successfully finish off the old slave trade anyway, which is good.
Yes, as I heard, it's very,
Suppose.
very good. You say supposedly. I mean, I haven't heard anything stirring yet, so I think we're in
just-
luck.
Kick seems far too stupid to be the one running it. Well, he did.
I mean, I don't think it may have imploded in itself at some point. Anyway, if you think about how easily we took it down, it wasn't being run very well.
It seems very
Yeah.
strange that the mediator took such efforts to collect a band of misfits from across Gel in order to
Guaranteeing
shut down a
success. I
poorly
guess.
run slave trade.
I don't know how he
consisting of
works.
8 slaves.
Don't know how he works. I'm sure he'll continue to do the same. There'll be reasons for what he's
not
done.
going to continue to do
Unfortunately,
anything.
no.
No. Last
was,
hurrah.
Eliminated by.
There was a little bit of an
That's-
incident
Oh, he's
involving
dead.
throats and blood. I don't think he'll be mediating anymore. It's a
Oh.
shame.
Well, shame. Yes. Was there anything we needed, or was it just saying hi?
Just wanted to catch up, you know.
But also, we've been chatting with a lady in the market, Valerie. Do you know Valerie? The
Vaguely. I tend not to go down to the
teeth
market.
in the dark. Well, she's interested in opening up another shop on the far side of the city. Who needs a
Okay.
permit from the castle. We thought you might have friends who could help us out.
I am not friends with anybody in the principal. I can get you in the principal, but you would be recognized as outsiders. You'd want to get an official way in more than anything.
I believe you said you had contacts.
I know contacts, but definitely not some that are going to get you into the principal. They're very... if I unofficially get you into the principal, you'd get kicked out of the principal. That's basically as simple as it gets. You know, you'd need to have permission or some reason why they'd want to let you in.
If you lent me some clothes, you think I could pass?
I don't know.
Easy enough.
You could try it.
Still not convinced I want to.
But how would you normally get into the principal if you wanted to do this sort of thing?
We need a. If you're from the outside, you'll need a pass, which is usually granted by royalty or convinced by someone in the principal, but it's usually signed by royalty to allow you in. You can buy a place if there's a place available in the principal, and that tends to rush a system, but that's because you have the money to buy a place, so you know how it is, but everybody will find out.
Pretty sure there's a vacancy now.
Yes, I'm not sure that's known yet, and I wouldn't think you'd want to be buying it straight away, but if you're willing to spend the somewhat 15 million gold pieces to buy it, or more, yes.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yes, it would be a
Should
lot.
they take a deposit if I had 100?
It probably not.
No, shame.
Well,
So,
shit.
How do we
Edge,
get...
if you're not willing to go through with it, then that is very little we can do. And,
Why
do
would
not
you
think
not be willing to go through with it?
I've got a history with the Royals.
You have
Not a good one.
history with the royals, which not many people have, and yet you don't live in the principal.
From back when they were in Veluna.
That's a long time ago. Was that
The
400
king
years?
was my childhood friend. About, yeah.
Oh,
oh,
That's a thing.
I have no
Isn't
idea
it?
what's happened between now and whatever happened when, however young you were. But I mean, if you know the king, surely dropping a name, I could drop a name, and they'd probably find you. You know, I could definitely drop a name in the right place, and the king would hear it.
Just drop the name Vosvias.
Vasvias. What's your first name? Etch? Is that the full name?
Echelion.
Echelion. Echelion Vasvias. I'll do my best. Make a ripple. You may be contacted by some people in very big armor quite soon.
If that one doesn't seem to make any ripples, you could mention Rick Vias.
I will also mention Rick Vias. But he's not around here, is he?
No.
Okay. Where do you live? Would that be something that you'd want them to come to?
Ah.
perhaps we could meet them somewhere.
Yeah, well, this is the thing about a ripple. I'd have to make a rumor, and a rumor is where you live. I couldn't just arrange a meeting spot. That's not a thing that, you know.
Yeah.
But, that's just
It's an
Etch's
alcohol.
eyesight.
Alcohol's really good,
Yeah,
right?
Etch's eyesight.
Yeah.
You just got blurry.
It's my vision. Oh.
Roll another constitution for me.
Oh, come on. I only took one sip. That's even worse.
What is it? It's 8.
8.
You are not recovering, you're just getting drunker.
No.
Yeah, you haven't drunk anymore, it's just getting worse.
How does it keep getting worse?
Yes,
I'm gonna take
I
the
have a
bottle away.
feeling whatever's in the bottle that makes the fire burn for longer is making this effect happen for longer. I agree. You may want to keep an eye on him. I think he may just collapse at some point.
I think we'll stay here for a bit until he gets better. I'm thinking we can give him the address. We'll just have to do a bit of tidying up before anybody pops up.
Oh, yeah, the body.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Oh yeah, just shout the body.
There's a body?
Oh yeah, the
Yes. Body of work to be done to tidy it up. So yes, it is.
Yes, a body of work.
Yeah, lots of work. I mean, it's all dirty. The
We
floor
already
is dirty.
told him the mediator's dead.
Very convinced.
Oh, it's the mediator then.
Well,
Mhm.
yes, it's the mediator.
Right.
Some chap turned up and cut his. And he wasn't.
Seeing as we have mutual stake in this being a problem, I can arrange some cleanup.
Oh, that'd be very good. Oh, yes.
I will
that
need
would
to know
be
that
brilliant,
address.
Yes, that'd be kind.
Oh, 43 Cedar Street. South Circle.
Write it down.
It looks like a brown box with supports.
So a house.
a house.
Yep,
That's it.
that's what they call that.
Oh dear. I do not envy your travel back.
Oh. And Elsie's still in it, by the way, so
Okay.
don't find her to death.
She doesn't seem to be around a lot.
No, she's a bit highly strung. She wasn't too pleased when poor old mediator chap got the old chop.
Or slice.
So yeah, well, perhaps if you could sort that out, that'd be brilliant, and then maybe drop our word in, and we'll just see what happens.
We'll give it a couple days, see if it manages to catch.
That's exactly how many we have to wait for our bag.
It is, and I think
bag?
probably how long we'll have to wait till you get past this alcohol as well.
Well, at least he seems happy. It seems to be a happy stage.
That's true.
This is currently a happy state.
I'm just not going to no naked flames near him for the moment, I think.
Yes.
Or
Okay,
in
anyways,
fact,
I'll leave you to deal. I'll get on with my stuff.
Right, let's head back home, shall we?
I get up and I very pointedly get between you two because Flint is a bit flammable. Being said
Well,
that.
yes.
Just as an extra point, anybody who listens to the podcast, I highly recommend going to the YouTube channel Dicebreakers D&D and watching Greg's face during this entire performance.
It's very good.
Definitely.
I love it.
Right, come on, old. I'm going to take this time. Come on, old chap. Let's go back to the.
All right,
yeah, come on,
I'll
yeah.
go this way.
Up you get.
Breathe Cedar Street.
Bye bye, Etch.
Bye, Mr. Fang.
Yes, just you walk through the back.
See you. Oh dear. Pete, I think we ought to make a few notes on those bottles of what's in them.
Yeah, I won't be feeding that. Well, unless someone wants that. I mean, I can at least say that's what happens, right?
Why do you have
That's
a
good.
Molotov cocktail under the counter?
In case I need to use it.
In your own
It would
bar.
take the whole shop.
I'm not going to use it inside, am I? Outside.
Then why is it inside?
Because why would I store it outside?
I'm going to try and get him to stand up. Up we get up. Silly.
give me one more Constitution check.
Jesus fuck! I can't write this shit.
Worse.
It's 11.
11.
That's at least better.
11's pertaining. Yeah, you're just at the same level as you step
Oh.
out of the shop. It's
I
a
just-
long
I'm going to try and
walk home.
support him, but I'm not very strong.
2.5
say-
hours of him stumbling.
I'm a very live elf. I'm not very heavy.
It's very convenient. I'm very, very grateful for once that Purdy's not here because if it had been Elsie that was making those rolls, wild magic.
Oh,
No,
well,
it's only when she
oh.
does a spell.
But what if it
But
was
what
when
if
she
she
was
did a
drunk as
spell?
well?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that'd
A
be-
spell
that'd
drunk,
be-
I'd have worked that out.
That would be interesting.
There'd probably be some sort of
Oh.
disadvantage.
She just
Yeah,
pick
we'd
up
work that
wild
out. We'd work
magic.
that out. Anyway, so you're long walk. When you get to around Clarence Market, give me another Constitution because it's been like an hour's walk. Well, probably a lot longer. It's gonna be a long walk.
Yeah. Oh my 10.
10. It's still
Oh
going.
my god!
It's still going.
Get some new fucking dice.
Walking slower and slower.
Is the coffee shop open?
The coffee shop's open. I mean, it's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Go to the coffee shop and pour him into
I thought
a
it got a
chair.
lot later.
Well, to be
Well,
fair, by
that'd
this
be
point,
right.
it was about
That'd be
midday
before.
before.
Yeah, 4 o'clock is
I am going to say that you're drunk and it's about 3 or 4 o'clock. It's getting dark. You're going to be you're drunk hungry. You're not just drunk hungry. You're like hungry and drunk hungry.
Yeah, we'll go to the coffee shop and pour him into a chair.
I don't need coffee. I need food.
Black coffee and some sandwiches and a
Just
cake.
be-
Hang on, let me.
No.
You walk
Beans,
into.
salt, potatoes.
You walk
No, no,
into
no, no.
Bean, and I will give you the description because you haven't had it before. The small shop is adorable in its aesthetics. At the back of the shop is a counter, and in front are many pods of comfy benches with tables. The colors are mainly. Sorry. The colors are mainly turquoise and light pink. But when I've written this, evidently I tried to remove. Like, I obviously started typing turquoise, and then retyped it after thinking I deleted it. So it says the colors are mostly turquoise, Turco apostrophe S turquoise. Like that's some kind of name. So there you go. Officially now the colors are mainly turquoise, and light pink. And the staff are always smiling. The table runner is a young human girl in green and pink apron and white trousers and top. She has a blonde bob and is very smiley. Behind the counter is a young male elf, tall and thin with a long face and short brown hair. He wears the same outfit, that's green and pink apron with white trousers and top. And as you walk in, the lady walks over and says, "Oh, hi, can we get you a chair?"
Yeah, 3 chairs, please.
What would you like? I can get you coffee. I can get you some scones or something. Biscuits.
Do you have any sandwiches?
We can do a bit. Yeah. What would you like inside them? We got meats and cheeses and all that kind of stuff.
Lots of meat, please.
Lots of lots of meats.
Forget
and
the sandwich.
I can get you a platter. Yeah, I can do a platter.
I think for this young man,
A meat platter.
big platter of meat,
Okay.
and a very large pot of black coffee, please.
Okie dokie. We'll be back with that in just a second. Anything else?
I'll have a glass of water, please.
All right, a water and
some fruit, unit.
Yes, please.
some fruit. Okay, we got we do a fruit cocktail. We can do
Fruit it.
some melon. We can do like a smoothie if you want one.
Just
Fruit it.
Just
I think
fruit.
you just raw fruit.
Fruit cocktail. All right, we'll be right back with that. Okay. She hops
Now
away.
you sit down. That's it. Sit down. Nice. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
What
Your
better
name
place
is
to-
Fruit it.
Bring the
What
coffee
better,
to
what
quickly
better
shake.
place to bring a drunk / slightly
It's
hungover person in a place
perfect.
that is entirely decorated in turquoise and oh. Anything I do not want to see when I'm hungover, it is turquoise.
Happiness. You don't want to see happiness when you're hungover.
Bright,
Few minutes.
classic colours.
A few minutes later, I mean, it's like classic American diner, just with pastel colors. A few minutes later, she walks back, puts a pot of coffee in the middle and some cups out, and then a glass of water. All right, here you go. The food will be here in a second. Just getting that done at the moment. All right.
I'm gonna grab the pot with both my hands from
It's
the
hot.
bottom.
It's really hot. Ooh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, it's quite hot. Coffee.
Let me pour them for you, dear. There you go, Edge. Give him the biggest mug of coffee I can.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
Yeah.
sugar cubes and all that kind of stuff in the middle, a little bit of milk and stuff.
Both hands on the cup. Just nothing in it. Oh.
And a few minutes later, she comes back with, "All right, here's your meat platter and some fruit, a lovely fruit salad there." And you didn't order anything?
I'm gonna have a piece of the fruit.
All right, wonderful. And she goes away again.
Have
Give
some
it a
more
few
coffee.
minutes. Give me with the coffee and with the food. Give me a constitution with advantage.
Come on.
Oh no. Oh no!
Oh my god.
How is a 5 the highest I rolled?
Why change your dice?
No! That brings me to a 6, Alex.
Change your constitution.
So you're just drinking. Wait, I want you to act this out. So I'm literally going to type this to you in Discord because I don't want this to be described. I just want it to happen.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Again, very glad that Elsie is not here.
Right. Glad she didn't drink this.
Oh, you're
Oh.
even going on a secret chat.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, so you pour me another cup of coffee, right?
I guess.
As
we
I
did.
start drinking it, and I just
That thump for the podcast was his forehead against the table as he's drinking it and just goes kaplump. Sure, part of the meat just goes flunk and flies across the room.
Oh dear. Edge. Oh.
She walks back over. Is everything okay over here? Your friend seems to have fallen asleep on the table.
He's had a hard day. He's having a bit of a
Yeah.
rest.
Let's
He'll be
see.
fine.
All right. Well, is there anything else I can get you?
No, that's fine,
Oh.
thank you.
Actually, I wouldn't mind one of those scones you were talking about. They sound
All right.
nice.
Would you like it with jam,
Oh, of course.
strawberry jam, and I got a little bit of cream as well?
Well, that'd be nice. Thank
So I'll be
you.
back in a second. Waddles off again.
She's a very still.
He's got a red mark on his head. Oh dear. 5 minutes later, she comes back with a scone, a very lovely scone indeed, all freshly prepared and slightly warm. Etch.
Lovely, lovely.
You have very
Die.
vivid dreams, kind of very sort of strange, hallucinatory dreams about your father and all this kind of stuff that's been going on, the slave trade, everything. It's just a lot. And then suddenly you just wake up with a start, feeling absolutely perfectly fine. But you don't remember anything since being in Pete's.
Oh no.
So you're just awake.
Oh. Hmm.
I'll be sitting back drinking my cup of tea.
Where?
Oh, you're back with
Three
us.
model.
I'm awake. Excellent.
We
Yeah, have
are-
some more coffee.
We're in Bean.
More.
We walked. It took us several hours.
Oh, don't you remember? Do you remember that drink you had back at Sleepy Pete's?
The bottle of wine?
I don't think it was wine, actually.
Oh no.
Yes, you've
Um,
been,
How are
quite,
you feeling?
Quite relaxed. you've
Fine,
been.
honestly.
Well, that is a blessing.
I think before you stand up, I should have something to eat.
Did we talk to Fang or?
Oh
Okay.
yes, yeah, I chat with him. Yes, yes. You said you were. You said you gave him your name and said to sort of
did.
send it around, and hopefully we get a visit from someone from the king. Do you remember?
Oh fuck.
You said you were. You said you were the king's childhood friend.
Yes,
Well, okay.
and you gave him a name that I'm not sure I can pronounce, beginning with V, and another one beginning with R.
Right,
It was,
Flint?
Italian.
Yep, this is all the right information coming out at the wrong time in the wrong city. I'm going to need a lot of that tea.
Yeah, oh, I
before-
guess have some coffee first. You probably need that
Well,
to.
Perhaps we should go back to Sleepy Pete's and see if we should take some of that alcohol. It seems like a very good memory wiping.
We'll get some tomorrow, shall we?
Memory wiping and inhibition erasing. Oh man.
Suddenly to the
You,
side of you, just like, oh hi, you seem to be awake now. Everything going well?
You are way too happy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did you
she's
enjoy your
lovely.
food? Is there
She's
anything
lovely.
else I can get you?
She's been getting us the drinks and the food and so on. She's lovely.
What? I didn't hear. What
Anything else I can get you?
No,
No?
thank you.
I think we'll be heading off shortly. What's
Alright,
the,
well that'll be 15 gold in all.
What did we buy?
Oh, a lot of coffee and a lot of meats and.
Yes, you were quite demanding
Alright,
with
yeah.
the amount of meat that you wanted.
I do like meat. 15 gold. Here you go.
Thank you. Hope you have a nice day. Wanders off
well,
again.
thank you very much. You too. Betul.
Betul.
Does nobody else see the similarity with Elsie?
I
That's pretty much Elsie.
She seems too happy to be
didn't
Elsie.
mention the word plan once. I don't think it can
Yes.
be it.
Just hear from the other side of from the other side of Courtier. The plan.
We should have followed the plan.
Why didn't we get the tiger?
Oh dear.
So, should we head back to our?
Yeah, it's dark now. It's like 5 in the afternoon.
But it's going to take 2 hours to get back.
Yeah, exactly. By the time you get back, it's dark, and it's later in the evening. 7
I'm
or 8
going
o'clock.
to. Etch, do you want to have a bit of a spa?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Bit of a practice. Only for
Could be
a couple of
calming.
minutes. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go up and knock on Elsie's door.
We shall do the spa, then the RP, because we've done a lot of RP. But I will remember it, I promise you.
Cool.
Because you're going to do it at the same time. You're like,
I'm
well,
not
they're going to go fight.
expecting it to be a huge amount of
The
argument,
boys,
but
they're going to fight. I'm just going to go upstairs. You know?
like that, but less effective.
Yes. The boys are going to have a fight, so I will leave.
So we're gonna just a couple of rounds and
So, roll initiative. You go outside.
Pulling-
Give me a little
pulling
initiative. Right, well, let me just put on some battle music.
where's my initiative?
Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da,
Right.
Oh, there
So,
it is.
give me that initiative.
My initiative is 6.
Mine is higher. Dirty 20.
So, you're both standing there, prepared and ready. I reckon once again, Flint underestimates the speed of Etch as you start up, or in fact, maybe you're more of a come on, come at me.
I can imagine I'm do the old spin the staff and
He's spinning, doing all these fancy
He
moves.
goes.
And Etch, straight away, what do you do?
I'm not holding back as much this time, just immediately flame.
Is this with the sheath on, I assume, or are you going blade out?
Yeah, with the sheath on.
Sure.
So it'll be half damages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
So I take 3 damage. Hold on.
So he...
I win.
It's first blood. Oh yeah, you wouldn't be very good at winning a match that's first blood, would you?
Well, actually, it wouldn't be any blood, would
No.
it? Because
Well,
that's right.
it's more like internal pain just from
Yeah.
the
Anyway,
ritualistic.
so as you're like spinning things around, you see this woof of flames.
And go for a jab right at your chest as you're doing all your fancy spins.
Roll to hit.
And it's a lot. 18 plus 8. 26?
Missed. Okay, yeah.
So as you're spinning around, thump, there's just the impact straight into your sternum. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, your sternum.
Yeah, just that.
3, 4, 8 plus 6 halved to 7. Yes, 7.
7 damage.
7 on the first hit.
Bam!
And I
It
will-
takes you a little bit off guard as you're just like, nah. Excuse you.
And with that hit, I will also use Brand of Castigation.
Yes.
So you get like a searing brand on your chest. It's not like it's like floating right here.
Oh.
You become Iron Man, but slightly magical.
Yes, and it hurts you instead of helps. And then I'll go for a second attack.
So this thump, you look down. Oh, there's an interesting brand on your chest. As a second attack comes around with a
19 to hit.
19 to hit.
Yeah, it's
Bam! Straight in the side.
1. Jesus. 3 plus 6 for 9 halved to 4.
4 damage. You're a little more ready for this one. You put your arm up in the way, but it still hurts. Like it's, gonna bruise in the morning.
Actually, that would. You have fire resistance, don't you?
yes.
So that would have been.
Right?
No, for the first hit, I got 4 fire damage, so
2, so take
Just-
away 2.
yeah, take away 2.
So if I add
So
2
5.
points,
So the first one, yeah, slightly defended with the heat isn't as damaging as you think. The second one slams you in the arm. Ouchie, ouchie. Is there anything else that Etch does?
No, I'll just back up and do a defensive stance with a grin.
so I'm going to go for staff in one hand, unarmed in the other one.
Yes. Nice one, Simon. He just fucking just stuffed his mouth. Love it. Yeah, you having been beaten a little bit, you're like, all right, going for your attacks.
I'm so tempted. I'm not going to use the fire. That's not.
Are you pulling your punch as well, or are you gonna go?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Half damage, definitely.
I'm giving you the opportunity because you could just full on smack it.
No. Which spell?
No, just bruises. No blood.
no,
Well,
exactly.
no cuts.
So the first one is 17 hit.
That'll hit.
Oh,
So you
good.
whip back around with your staff, crack him in the side.
Yeah, and you know what? I haven't got out. I haven't got my D6 out.
And I believe. Yeah, you take 3 damage.
Do I? Oh, from the Cassidy Bocce duo.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you hit him and as you work out that damage, you feel the sort of a weird connection, especially with this brand in the middle of your chest, burns you.
Right.
Is that half because of fire damage, or is that just
I'm
damage?
looking at my scratch
It's,
pad.
it's psychic damage.
Cool.
Ah, no.
Oh, in your head. Ouchie.
Mm.
So that's another 3. I'm going to make a note rather than do them on a sheet every time. So yeah, and he takes 6 points damage. No, he doesn't. Halved. Sorry, 3 points.
3 points of damage. It's not the heaviest hit in the side, but I'm sure you already know there's like 4 more hits coming.
Yep. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, only 3 more coming in. So the second one
Goes in for a punch.
weapon, and I'm going to
What?
spend.
Oh no.
The first one was a punch. The second one is
First
with,
one's a
with
punch.
my staff.
Okay, so the first one a punch in the rib. Second one spins around. The staff comes flying at your face.
I'm going
Trying to block it.
I'm going to make a note of my key points. I'm going to use my first key point now, and use I forget what it's called now. They hit you very hard.
Stunning strike.
Not stunning strike. The other one.
Oh, okay.
The additional D6.
Stunning strike would be brutal, dude.
Yeah, but that stunning strike is Constitution DC 13. I'm pretty sure you get away with that.
Well,
I mean, did you see my rolls for trying to not be drunk?
It's true. Ah, natural 1.
ooh,
Oh, no.
natural one. You swing around to try and hit him in the side of the head. Actually, ridiculously good defense from Etch. Give me a dexterity roll.
I will do that.
Etch.
I
No, sorry, not
Me
you.
or
Etch. Etch.
didn't actually. Who Etch or me?
Yeah, Etch.
18?
18. As it comes around, you defend it with the sword, but you also manage to catch the pole in your hand.
Ooh.
You can from there decide what you want to do. So you're now standing in a position where you've gone round, hit him with the pole, but he's now gripped onto it. If you want to pull it away, there's going to be a strength contest.
No, I'm going to set fire to it.
That will damage the staff.
It's just a part. It's only a staff. I can get a staff for a couple of gold.
Sure.
I said I was going to try. I said I was going to try it.
Okay, interesting. So you're like, "Kumph, ha ha, woof, ah!" Although to be fair, I'm not. I want it to happen, but I'm not convinced because that would be an action to set it on fire.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I can't really do that because that's the spell, and I can't do the spell.
wouldn't
and
hold
do the
on.
attacks.
I wouldn't hold on to it either. I was just going to use it to kind of launch into my next thing.
Well, from here, you're like you got one more attack. You got a bonus attack or something.
I got another bonus,
Bonus
but I'm actually going to spend a key and have 2 attacks.
Okay, so you're going to attack probably with the other hand, whilst he holds onto the. Are you
No,
going to let
actually,
go
no,
of the?
I'm only going to do one more attack because that makes it easier. Because then he's holding my staff, so I'll attack one more time with my other hand.
Yep.
But I. No, I won't even do that. I'm going to do patient defense instead.
Okay.
I've not done. So if he stopped my attack, I'm just going to go. Okay, fine. I'll spend a key, and I'll do patient defense.
What does that do?
That is, excuse me. Attacks are at a disadvantage. Dexterity saves at advantage.
Okay. So as it stands, he sort of like as you caught it, he goes, "Okay, I'm ready." He's prepared for what's coming up next. Etch, you're standing there, pole in hand, sword in other. You can of course let go
Can
if you
I
wish to,
take-
but-
Can I take the edge of the sheath sword and try to pull up some dirt and throw it in his eyes?
There's a lot in that would be very difficult to get your sword and flick it up exactly into his eyes. I mean, probably
try.
not. Put it this way: you'd be rolling dexterity, and it'd be very, very difficult.
Am I still holding the staff?
Unless you want to let go, yeah.
I'm gonna use it and just try to pull in for another jab into his sternum.
Okay, what I'll do for this, strength contest first to see if you can fight back against that.
I have my strength is not going to help me.
Yeah,
Mine's
neither
not
of
helping
you-
me either,
neither of
but
you are
I
particularly
rolled
strong.
very well. I rolled an 18.
10.
18 versus 10, yeah. As you're in a defense, you weren't expecting him just to pull you inwards. I'll give that an extra 2 damage to your attack.
If it hits.
If it hits, yeah. because you sort of attack at the same time.
You're attacking at
You are
disadvantage.
very lucky you're at disadvantage because I just rolled a natural 20. The other one is a 13 plus 8. No, 13 plus 8
That hits.
for
Yeah.
21.
So he pulls you in and smacks you straight in the chest as you're pulled in.
So 5 physical. Fire is 3, half to 1. So 6 plus 6, 12, half to 6.
6.
Christ. Yeah, six damage. It's still gonna hurt.
Oh yeah.
And I'll go for the legs on the next one. It doesn't matter what else I roll because that's a natural 1.
Ooh, Christ. Okay. So you've both done natural ones. I'm definitely saying with the natural one, you let go of that staff. As you try to tilt
Yeah.
down, it lets go. But with the sword, just to make it even, Flint, give me a dexterity as well.
No, I get bonus on dexterity.
Oh, yes, you do.
Not bonus. Advantage.
Advantage.
That is. God damn it! You wouldn't know I had good dexterity by the rolls. 12.
A 12. I'm going to
That's
say
advantage.
it's definitely a miss because you sort of dodge out of the way, but I will tell you what I would have done. If you'd got like a really high roll, what I'd say is that you dodge it and sort of kick it at the same time, making Etch lose balance and probably have disadvantage on his next attacks, but that doesn't happen because you just sort of out of the way. So, after that cluster cluck,
Cluster cluck.
Flint.
I'll try again. Let's just see if just hit the damn. This is the open handle. I'm going to go
Yeah,
for a
hit me.
stunning. Now, question: stunning strike. Do I do that after I've hit? As in, because I don't want
I
to.
think you can just decide if a hit is a stunning strike once it
Right.
hits. I don't think
So-
you waste it if you.
That's what I thought.
Uh,
That's good. Okay.
When you
I
hit
think
with a
it-
melee weapon attack, you can spend
That
1 key
is-
point.
Yeah,
12,
it's like
18?
the fighter ability. That'll
Okay.
hit.
18 to hit, and I am going to go for the stunning strike, which is going to
So,
cost me
he goes straight for the side of the head.
3.
2.
And you're stunned.
I'm stunned.
The stun.
Yep.
You're stunned until
You
the
also
end of
take
your
3
next
damage, though.
turn. So you take some damage. You both. There's a thump, and you both go "Whoa," at the same time.
Yeah.
So I take 3 as well.
You take 3 damage.
Yep.
You are now stunned, which
Yep. How much damage do I take?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't do the damage. Yeah.
you're incapacitated, can't move, can't speak. Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against the creature have
Damage.
advantage. So basically, you just can't do much for a round.
Yep, and you have advantage on your next few hits.
Yep.
Which is number 2 incoming, which is with my staff.
With advantage?
Oh, advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't
Good
looking. What
thing
did you
to
get?
have? 8. So that is
Still.
So
14.
you go in to swing around, and he just sort of, as he's just swings backwards by accident, and it just woo, misses him.
I look very much the same way I was drunk. earlier.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going in for number 3.
Oh.
That's a 9, 15.
Nope.
And number 4. Now you're having a laugh now. 13. I
She
haven't
managed to
rolled
miss
higher
all
than
3
9.
of those. Etch.
This dice is cursed.
Etch, you are completely.
I turned it.
Oh, hang on, no, hang on, hang on. I had advantage.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you were
Okay,
rolling
on all
an
those
advantage.
hits.
No, yeah. So those are the first 2. That's the third one. That's the fourth one. No, the highest I rolled of all of those
Oh
is a
my
7.
god.
I rolled a 6, a 7, and a 1.
Yeah, my DC is 16. So
Yeah, so I mean, adding the. Yeah, so the maximum I got there was 13.
Or
out of the
AC.
3 rolls.
Wow, yeah. So, Etch, you are.
Out of 6 rolls.
Master of the
Drunken
that's
Fist.
fun. Are you going to call the fight, or are you going to keep fighting at that point? Because you're just like.
I'm still stunned. I'm stunned for this round. So.
We'll do one more round. I mean,
Yeah, so
He's
he's just
winning at the
completely
moment.
stunned. It's your go again, Flint, then.
Yep.
I'll give it one more shot then.
No longer at advantage.
So this, yeah, okay, yeah. 25.
That one looks
That'll
like
hit.
it's gonna hit. Like, okay. As he stops
Take 3
swaying
damage.
around,
Take 3 damage. And I'm
Etch,
gonna do a
as you're like, oh, shake that off. Oof, you just get smacked in the face again.
I'm going to do a stunning strike.
Oh no!
Make another Constitution.
Two.
Stunning again.
So
4
you
points-
vaguely
4 points of
go,
damage.
what's
But I
going
would
on?
like
And
to
then
point
it's
out-
just gone again.
I would like to point out that last time you were stunned, I didn't hit you. Once I stunned you, I didn't hit you at all.
Okay, you've got 3 hits.
Yeah.
Hitting
3
this time,
times,
with
3
advantage.
chances. 3 chances to hit you. Come on.
And this is why it sucks to fight a monk one-on-one. Because of this.
So you got 4 points of damage so far. Now all I need, Mr. Dice, all I need is. for
Did you
to
take the
roll-
3?
Yeah, I've taken the 3. Yeah.
Okay. I love that brand.
That's better. So that is 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
How long does that brand last for?
Another key.
Until I dismiss it, or
9, 12, 6 points.
until I dismiss it or apply the brand to another creature. Apparently,
Oh, okay. You take another 6 points there, though.
another 6
Second
damage.
Chunk to, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another 3 to you.
Another 3 to me. Jesus.
Every time you hit him.
Every time. Yep. Every time you hit me.
This is the bad news with that particular thing against me because I have so many attacks.
Yeah, the two of you
Yeah.
against each other. You could be like sitting there like.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
21.
That'll hit.
Yeah, and that's going to be 3 to you and 3 to me.
Yeah. How are you looking?
You're both
just like a
looking
half.
a little bloodied. Definitely just like swaying a little bit exhausted.
This is going to be my last attack. I'm going to. Whoops, break off this. That is 22
Yeah.
3 points to Flint.
to me
and.
and 2 to you.
Get smacked again.
Did
You,
more damage to you.
Because I'm doing half damage.
Yeah.
Flint, you call it there, don't you?
Yeah.
Why?
You're like, you just step back. You're like, okay, it's probably enough, and then slowly you kind of regain your consciousness. Etch, you're like, what? Huh?
What?
Like you're just hurting.
my body hurt? Oh my god.
You've done me. Just by standing there not doing anything, you've done more damage to me than I've done to you.
So we're gonna take a break there for
thing- This
10.
thing is brilliant. I love this. You have to teach me how to do this. This is fantastic. This is. Ow.
I'll release the brand.
We're gonna take a break there for 10 minutes with that fight ending. We'll be back at, let's say, 10 past. It's a little less than 10 minutes. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
we're back at 10 past. Everyone on a break, and then we'll be back for a little conversation between that was happening at the same time of these two
And literally, like-
beating each
like-
other up.
I wasn't envisaging there being an enormous session.
Well, I mean, it's a thing that happens at the same
It is what it happened.
time.
Well,
Anyways,
think up something big to converse about. Because
we shall be back
I'll see
in
you.
a second. Before the break, it was a rather relaxed episode. You guys had some information grabbing in Clarence Market, talking to a few people, getting the list from Kelman about a cure for the zombifying effect that is happening around Unit's hometown. You also got a little job from Valerie, the vampire alchemist, who said that she kind of wants you to give a little bit of influence to the king as to helping her expand her business, something that Etch released later as to why he is not so happy about doing this. When they went to
unwillingly.
see Fang and he got plastered absolute drunk. And then went to a cafe and fell asleep. And then just before the break, we had Etch and Flint having. I'm so used to calling them the boys because of last one. Simon, you were playing a girl, so I'm like, the
Yes.
boys. But then anyway, they were having a sparring match, which I'm not sure there was any particular winner. Probably Flint.
I think
Okay.
Meanwhile,
No, I'm pretty sure Edge won. I took about 30 points of damage.
he doesn't know he won.
No, yeah.
Meanwhile,
I didn't feel like I won.
Meanwhile, Unit, bored with fights, went upstairs to say hi to Elsie.
Did.
This is where you RP.
Okay.
You hear a little hello.
Alicia, I just wanted to check how you were doing.
I'm doing okay.
I hope you liked the paper.
Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
Thank you. I made a plan.
What was the plan?
Plans to make a plan with you guys.
That's probably the most successful plan you've
Yeah.
done so far. Good job.
I still need a bit of time though.
Okay.
Thanks for checking in. Did you guys have a nice day?
Craig, are you okay?
Yeah.
Did we have a nice day?
Did we have a nice day?
That's why
I want to know from Unit's perspective.
We did not have a nice day, but it's fine.
Oh, what happened?
Edge got very drunk.
Oh, that's not very responsible.
It wasn't his fault. Sleepy Pete didn't really know what he was. I suppose it was slightly his fault for drinking it. So it was a bit of a strange decision, but there you go. But he's fine now. It took us a very long time to get back from sleep.
Yeah, you've been away a while.
Yeah. Most of that will come back.
Okay.
No, you're not there! Ah!
He's been waiting for a year. I didn't even hear what Greg said, to be honest.
Just said, shut up, Simon.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure you.
I said she knows time.
Oh, she knows time.
I think you said, shut up, Simon. Anyway, we're back now, and
Okay.
we are maybe helping with some other thing that Valerie wanted, but we're not sure yet.
Okay.
Ow!
Are they
And now
have-
they're sparring in the car.
They're having another fight.
Yes,
Oh,
it seems like a waste of energy, but
yeah.
yeah.
I don't like fighting.
Well,
Oh no, you've grabbed my staff.
ow!
How did I
Funny,
miss
'cause
money 3 times in a
We're sure it's
row?
fighting? We're sure it's
The smack.
fighting? Oh no, you grabbed my stuff?
Mm, anyway, I'm gonna sleep.
Okay.
I
good
made
night.
dinner, it's downstairs.
Oh, thank you,
Oh, that's-
Doug. Yeah, Elsie.
Thank you, Birdie.
Sorry.
You're welcome.
But
It's the healing word.
it is.
The one thing that transcends dimensions and worlds is the healing word.
The healing word.
So you guys, beaten and battered, walk inside to a lovely meal sitting on the dining room table.
Ah, that's nice, isn't it?
And a bowl of fruit.
And a what now?
A bowl of fruit. There's just 2 cooked meals and a bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
And like a mushroom or something just vaguely placed on top.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Sit down and enjoy
Ah, nice cup of tea.
some meal. Some meal.
Some meal. And
Yeah.
eventually rest. You can do a long rest as you, I assume, sleep the night. I know there's more evening time, but
I'm going to do a little bit of flute practice as usual, then off to sleepy rise.
I will prepare my conversant formula.
which one's that one?
The one
Gives
for
me
talking to
advantage
people.
on intelligence ability checks, but gives me disadvantage on wisdom ability checks.
Fair enough.
Oh, dear.
Fair enough. Feel like you're gonna need charisma coming up. And guess who's the one with all the charisma?
None of us, apart from
Elsie.
Elsie.
Hooray!
Elsie's surprisingly charismatic, considering that her character is extremely unlikable currently.
No, that's the thing. She is very charismatic. She's a barmaid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my charisma is -1. So,
Mine's +1.
you see, you're more charismatic than me.
I'm just imagining Elsie as like a barmaid, and somebody comes up and she's like, "So, what would you like?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't really know." And she's like, "What do you mean? You don't have a plan?"
Anyway, so you wake up in the morning, a nice, probably a little more of a sleep in than usual, which you've truly deserved, beaten and battered mostly from each other. And what's the plan for the day? Plenty of places you can go to.
He said, "What's the plan?"
But what?
He said, "What's the plan?" And I was like,
He
"Triggered."
always says, "What's the plan?"
I do.
know, but
That's his thing. That's his DM thing.
It is my DM thing.
And roll for initiative. Anyway,
That's a DM thing.
Yeah, that's the DM thing.
Ooh.
All the DM things.
so at the moment, so this morning, so there's nothing
Just
much
DM
happening
things.
today, is there? So we can't get our bag today, and we
we're
did say we'd go back
anticipating
and
on some armored guards to maybe.
yeah, waiting for someone to come and say hello.
I forgot to mention that to Elsie.
I should have asked. Is the body still there? Or is it gone?
I'm glad that you asked. When you go and check, it is gone.
Oh,
Is there any blood?
Cleaned up.
The
Well-
floorboards that were soaked with the blood?
Did
Mhm.
Elsie?
They've been
Did
like
Elsie
placed?
do it?
they've been like something's happened. Probably a magical spell, something along the lines of prestidigitation. You would assume, but it's all cleaned up and gone.
excellent. Well, that's better.
Amazing.
That's better. Poor old chap.
At least now they won't ask any questions when they come in. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe abduct me or something.
Was
Well, all we need to do is ask him if they can
this was not.
give our friend Barry a permit or whatever it is, and then we can make some money and move on.
Oh, no. Alwyn will want to have pleasantries and whatnot.
Pleasantries and whatnot. No, I've never worked in royal circles. I don't know how that works.
It's they dance around the issue until they finally get to the issue, and then it's a big blow up, and they flex their power a bit, and then I don't know, they figure out from there. At least that's how it always sounded from outside the throne room.
Sounds a bit complicated to me.
You know?
That's what he remembers. 400 years ago.
This is true.
Elves
400 years ago.
have good memory.
I mean,
Yeah, but
you
also
have
just like
to,
assuming
though.
that things haven't changed in 400 years.
Yeah, of course. Alwyn's Alwyn.
Progress? What's that?
But if
So-
I don't do anything else, I'm going to sit at my easel and start painting the city.
Yeah, so just to get across, are you going to have a relaxing day or are you going to attempt to do things? Just waiting around.
The relaxing day is well earned, I think.
You do
Yeah.
have a relaxing day. So what is a relaxing day to each of you? I can already imagine Flint is painting, playing flute generally, but maybe with a Tai Chi, some Tai tea,
Chai tea, yes.
Chai
Chai
tea,
tea.
Chai tea and Tai Chi, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And because it's a lazy day, so he doesn't have to go anywhere. He's doing Tai Chi while drinking Thai tea in his Thai tea whiteys.
Yes, but that's after he's had a fighty.
That quarantine life.
Yeah.
He had a fighty where he mighty lightied up his. I don't know.
I'm
Oh,
watching
also,
any-
yes. So you no, you didn't light your staff on fire. Never mind.
No, I didn't.
Alternate
no, no,
universe.
no. I am going to be practicing it against a sort of tree or something, and every now and again I'm going to be sort of pointing at it and concentrating. So I'm trying to-
No, you're getting your staff and you're jabbing it with the end, just like, come on, come on.
how do you do that even? Like that? No.
You even at some point considering just like pricking your finger, like, no, I don't think that'll work.
So I'm like trying to draw a circle on the tree with my staff, poking it. Nope, that didn't work either.
and then you're like, wait, how do I tell if it's worked? It has to hit me.
Oh man, if monks had that ability, they would just literally never stop doing damage.
They never do anyway. What's Unit's idea of a relaxing day?
Hmm?
What is Unit's idea of a relaxing day?
I don't think Unit really knows what a relaxing day is. I
You're
don't
just
think
like,
it's that.
so what do we do today? Nothing.
Yeah, like he's very utility oriented.
So what would he do?
I don't think he would. I think he'd just kind of
Just sit on the sofa.
for a bit, and then he'd probably get a bit restless, so he'd just
Antsy?
like, get up antsy.
Oh
Hey.
God. How long have you been waiting for that one?
Okay, no, honestly, that was on the spot.
Wow.
It's nice to have someone else making the shit jokes for you.
No, I always have the shit
Infuriating.
jokes. I just have good timing.
Huh?
What? Anyway, moving on.
What was that?
Hmm?
You actually cut out. I
Huh?
actually didn't hear what you
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame. Moving on.
Anyway, so I'm going to be continuing my quest. Every now and again, I'll go back to etches. You know that thing with the round on the chair? How do you do that again?
It's blood magic. You can't just. It takes years of studying. You can't just do it.
But it's really good though. I like that.
I think Unit, when Unit gets antsy, he's just like gonna get up and just like go for like a walk around the city, maybe.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know.
spend the whole day walking around the entire city for no particular reason.
Yeah, like he has no objective. He's just like,
I'm going out. Oh, bye.
Oh, see you later.
And Etch. What's Etch doing?
He doesn't really know either, because I mean, there'd not be a lot of relaxation time, and
Maybe a
any
bit
time
of
he would
studying.
spend relaxing would be with family and friends.
So it's a
Ooh, none
pensive
of them
day,
are
then,
here right now.
probably. Yes?
Hmm?
Unit?
I just remembered a thing that Unit actually would want to do, which is, while he's walking around the city, he's just going to be looking out for various animals. Just taking note. Because,
Taking note.
yeah, because wild shape, you can transform into an animal that you have seen.
The animals that you can see are like a cow. Around the edge, you see cows, sheep, and pigs.
Horses.
Street pigeons.
You see a
Birds.
horse. You can't
Rats.
turn into a bird.
What? Oh yeah, I can't. That's true.
But you can get a horse, I'm sure.
Unless it's penguin, I could turn into a penguin. I could.
There
What
aren't
do you
any
think?
penguins. Honestly.
You don't know that? Well, you do.
I do know that. What do you mean I don't know that? Of all people, I know that.
Doesn't it come? It comes from the south, which is very cold, so there might be some kind of.
No.
flightless-
I would have seen them already.
Russia's cold, but
It
there's
is
no
snowy and
penguins.
Maybe
icy
they're-
around here.
Maybe there are ostriches or something in the desert.
No.
But
Cows, pigs, sheep. That's about as much as you get.
in the whole
Anyway,
world.
Etch. So you're having a pensive day
Horses,
thinking
there
about
are
the
horses,
information.
There must be horses.
And a horse. I already said horse. You're having a pensive day about probably thinking about the information that's been handed to you.
Probably. I think he'd take his research and whatnot to the lake nearby.
Yeah,
It's kinda- he
there's some
hasn't-
benches there.
He hasn't really seen an unfrozen lake.
I mean, it's probably a little frosty, but it's unfrozen.
Yeah. So it's just pleasant.
Yeah, it's
Researching.
cool. It's cold, but
in the
it's still
park.
still nice. A couple birds, maybe a duck or two. You know,
Yeah.
have a nice,
Nice day
relaxing
by
day.
the lake.
And nothing particularly happens on that day. There's no approach
That's
by
good.
guards. There's no death of random people that you vaguely know. You know, it's a pretty good day.
There will
Oh,
be-
cool. We don't find Seamus just like pinned up on the side of the house or something.
No.
That's good.
Yay.
Yeah.
So I was going to say something, then I realized that would give away far too much, and then I'm just not going to say it.
No, say it, Alex.
No, I'm good.
Say it.
I'm good. So eventually the sun goes down, you all come home, have a little relax, and probably a little dinner, and then another sleep. Waking up on the second day.
Breakfast.
Good breakfast, yeah.
Yes. I need a lot of tea.
Elsie,
Please.
breakfast outside your door.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
Better. Hungry.
Well, when you want to come down, just let us know. It's all
Okay.
food's outside the door for you.
Come eat with us at least. You don't have to leave the house, but you can leave your room.
Mm. I'm okay.
I'm gonna drink far too much tea.
Make
I
lots
thought you
of
said you
lots of
drink too
diff-
much, far too much Molotov.
Because I'm bored, I'm going to make lots of different kinds of teas. So it's like the rose petal tea. And lavender
You
tea,
go downstairs, there's like
chamomile
4
tea.
teapots.
But all sorts of. I try these. Each one you like.
Oh, whichever one's the most calming.
That would be the lavender, probably. There you go.
To be fair, Unit would probably enjoy the teas because there are lots of like herbal and like earthy
Herbal and
flavors.
fruity. I'll make some
Yeah.
fruity ones as well.
I think. Well, I mean, the majority, like the main reason why Unit hasn't eaten the food is because it's unfamiliar.
Mhm.
Like the concept of eating food for enjoyment purposes is kind of alien.
I'm gonna just.
try this one. I made this one for you. It's apple and banana tea. Try that one.
This is new.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I made it today. It's fresh.
Alex, if I wanted to make some rolls to see,
You can make bread rolls,
With-
I guess. You'd need to get the ingredients to.
I was about to say that you can't take my role in this party.
You can take a bread roll if you want, but only once he's made them.
Wow.
just while drinking the tea to see which tea makes me less infuriated while thinking of Owen.
That's not really something you can roll for.
I don't know.
Most charming tea.
I'm just gonna roll.
You don't even know what you're rolling.
I don't know what I'm rolling. I just want to roll because I don't want to decide.
I tell you what it is. There are 20 different teas, right? So you have to
Oh
roll
my-
1 to 20. Which one?
16.
16.
16 makes me the least infuriated.
16 is violet and lavender.
Okay, it's the most calming for me. I want to drink a lot of that.
Violet
And,
and
yeah, okay.
lavender
You're
tea,
going
very
to drink
calm.
an absolute ton of violet.
Don't drink.
tea.
Yeah, and then you're just gonna need a wee all day.
Don't ruin
Yeah.
it for me. That was going to come up later. God damn it.
No, I was fully aware of that.
So, I believe you have an objective for today.
Oh, yes, we have to go and get our bag.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, should we go see that bag, Johnny, at what's his name's place?
What's her name's place?
What's her name's place? Yes, what was
Luciavanos. Something like that.
That's something.
Is that right?
Luciano's Wonders, yeah.
Luciavanos. What?
I think I wrote it down.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Shall we?
Just standard walk, we'll skip over them.
Elsie,
Excuse
we're
me.
going out again. Do you want to come?
Thank you.
No.
Okay, see you later.
So you have a wonderful walk through the park. One that very recently, of course, Unit's been on. Maybe you've just found a new path. You're like, this way. And you get to the shop. Standard, I mean, she greets you, more recognized this time. Like, oh, hello, yes. You're here for the bag, which I have here. I made it out of a etch. What color is your overcoat?
I don't have an overcoat so much
Oh, you did.
as
Oh,
the
you have
cloak.
the waistcoat. Yeah, your cloak. What color is the cloak?
The cloak is raven feather, so it's black,
Okay.
blackish
It's like-
blue.
I made it like a deep black grey to go with your cloak.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. You already
nice
paid, so it's yours.
All right, I'll just
Oh, thank you
put
very
put it near my booty.
much.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's
And
all.
then you
So
can
is there
put your
anything
booty
else?
in it.
Yeah. Junk
Anything
in my
else that you? I wouldn't advise going inside of it. It would be quite dangerous.
Yeah,
As long as you hold your breath, right?
Yes, but you can get a little lost in there.
Yeah. I read about it.
Anyway, is there anything else I can get you?
I don't think so. Not now.
Oh, I think we're okay at the moment.
Okay.
Don't really have much money to buy any of the other stuff here anyway.
Is there somewhere selling staffs? Just ordinary wooden staffs?
Wooden staffs. I mean,
Quarter staff kind of thing.
You could just find a tree.
you
Maybe
could
sheer
just
cliff?
find a tree. I mean, I guess yes, sheer probably your best. You'd be looking for some sort of strengthened wood, I imagine, if it's for fighting. I'm not really good with woodworking, but
No, I just want to
Yes.
try something else. I don't want to spend much money. I want to try something.
Oh,
Something
yes.
sort of wooden and staff shaped.
yes. Well, Belen should be able to at least help you out with that.
Belen.
Belen, yes, at Sheercliff.
Oh, up over there then. If it's more than the gold piece, not going to bother. But it's good. Hello again.
So, another shop you haven't been to. The inside of Sheercliff is simple. The shop front is a long counter with some comfortable seats in front, and there's obviously a workshop in the back through a doorway. There's one member of staff, the owner, a tall, slender Bephilan, with deep blue skin and blue-black eyes. So you're going to go, what the hell is a Bephilan?
Did you say?
Befallen.
Did you say Bephilan before as well?
Yeah, I said Bephilan on purpose. I mostly just wanted to see if any of you would point out.
No, because I fully thought you said Belen.
That's what I heard as well.
Yep, he is a Belen.
I thought you said Belen, and then you were like, "Yeah, Belen."
He definitely said Belen.
It's a Befallen with deep blue skin and blue-black eyes, wearing a simple tool belt atop a loose grey top and brown trousers. You already know his name is Belen. As you walk in, you say, "Oh, hello. Yes. Can I help?"
I just wondered if you had any, just a cheap wooden staff.
Staff? I could probably work something with that. Just a long dowel. Wouldn't cost you much. Maybe about 5 silver for the materials. If you want me to strengthen it, though, it would cost a bit more. You know, just a little bit.
5 silver would be fine. But we're going to try something out. You see, they're probably not going to go terribly well.
So
So much money.
One second. How long would you like the cut?
Well, it seemed like there's this one here. So I'll show him my court staff.
About that long. So, okay,
Yeah.
yes,
Somewhere between
one,
here
one
and...
second. He goes into the back. You hear a bit of a clunkling around finding his material, and then walks back. Here you go.
What's making that noise?
My power saw.
woodworms.
Powered with what?
Magic.
Ah,
Yes, it's a enchanted disc that spins very, very fast upon a bearing, which has a serrated edge, which allows me to cut through wood very easily.
impressed.
Either way, here it is. It's nicely sanded and rounded and stuff. He says, well, yes, it'll just be 5 silver.
5 silver. There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Of course, I am very skilled with any sort of woodworking. If there's anything you need that's more complex.
Why didn't that work? Because I need to do it from the gold. That's why. Take 1 off the gold. And add 5 onto it. There we go. Brilliant. Thank you very much. No, that's fine for the moment. Thank you. I'll see how it works, and I'll let you know if I need anything else.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, I look forward to your presence in the future.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
I will.
Nice to meet you.
Ta-ta.
What does this shop actually do, by the way?
It's a
It's
carpenter.
a carpenter.
Despite the
What do you mean, despite the name?
Sheercliff.
Yeah, it's sheer spelt as in shearing. Never mind. We've been through this already. once.
Yes.
Yes, and it didn't mean woodworking before either.
SHEAR does pertain to woodworking.
Is it?
Yes,
He said
I
you can
think she-
shear wood.
you can.
Oh.
It's very common.
I haven't heard it, but I believe you.
You look it up, you'll
Because
find
you're
it.
the DM, and everything you say is law.
So you walk outside
It is
again. I
you,
feel
though.
like Etch had something to say about him being blue and a Befallen.
It's just, yeah.
Well, I'm a
But, you
giant
know,
ant,
just-
so
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, well, I haven't even seen or read about that, but okay. That exists now.
I mean, you'd probably see him and be like, is that a tiefling? Blue skin? Or is there like a... I don't know what that is.
a tiefling.
Tiefling.
See?
As Flint throws his tea at you.
So,
So,
I'm just competing for bad puns because you've challenged my authority.
yeah.
as you exit the shop, there's a music change, which you know means
Oh.
something's up.
Ooh,
Oh no.
that's impressive considering that I'm not listening.
Everything seems okay. People, it's bustling. Everything's going just as well as you'd expect.
Oh,
As well as
no.
you'd expect. I'm sorry, just
What's
adjust the
What's
volume.
the new music called?
And you see very clearly a glint of armor walking towards you. 2 figures, very tall as they come towards you, about 6'5", 6'6" kind of height, wearing this.
360.
wearing
360.
this.
So spin around so that you're facing the same direction as before. 360.
Oh, 180.
You're just like, I don't want to go this way. And I'm going to. Oh shit!
Oh, you're still there.
How'd you do that?
360 no scope.
No, they walk towards you, wearing very this bronze armor. They're holding on to. In fact, I'm going to find my actual writings about them because it'll be much more useful to give you true information rather than information that I'm vaguely recalling. That one.
It's some Centurions, Alex.
So. Yes, so there's one has like a very large sword you can see sheathed on his back. It's obviously some sort of Zweihander or something like that. The other one is has two shorter swords, like one on each side of the hilts, wearing these big helmets and very big armor. People give them a bit of a like a wide gap around them as they walk directly towards you, because I mean, as you can imagine, most people know it's like, well, let's
not.
And on the chest, you can see like a crest of like this from the royals. With this like,
oh, is that the new one?
You're very excited suddenly.
No, and as they walk over, one of them just says to you, "Are you Echilion Vasvayas?
Just Etch.
Your presence is requested inside the Principal
By who?
by the King."
Oh, God. Yep. Word got out then. Okay, let's go. Only if these two can.
Of course. You are
Well, nice to meet
welcomed
you.
into the Principal.
Name's Flint, how are you?
Please follow me. And they both turn around and walk back towards the big gates. And of course, for the first time, officially, you're seeing the Principal. These gigantic doors, as they walk up, one sort of signals up to the top, and they.
This is amazing. I have definitely never seen this before.
So, if you look from the map, you're coming in from the east side, somewhere that you would actually recognize fairly well because you've been to
Twice? 3 times?
yeah,
As a
you've been to those
cloud.
houses. But they walk straight past. It's a very, very wide road with some people around, and you walk straight towards the center, which again you've seen vaguely. In fact, I think Unit's seen more than the others. In the center is it's like a fountain, sort of lovely. In fact, yes, it's a fountain, a lovely, like posh, big fountain, water spurting out of it. And they walk around that towards the castle, which is huge and grey, realistically. Like it's made out of very, like you've seen the top before. It's very nice looking. Again, let me get It's a very nice looking castle. The reason I'm pausing is because I want to, again, not give you different information to what I gave you last time. There you go. So, it's called grey stone, reinforced with iron, and you can see sort of arrow holes 3/4 of the way up. It's 60-foot outer walls topped with crenellations. Yes, I said crenellations. I'm a fancy man.
Surprisingly not very strong stone if it's got arrow holes in it.
Not that kind of arrow hole.
You're struggling there. You're struggling.
Oh.
Hey, I'm challenging my authority, or I'm
You're not
reasserting
doing a
my
very good
authority
job.
as a bad joke.
Yeah, but there's a bad badger. Anyway, they take you towards the front door, which is, again, 2 huge oak doors that open as you enter inside. And it's actually very pretty on the inside. You open into a lovely sort of gardens, effectively. It's like a square gardens with bushes shaped into all sorts of things, lovely flowers, not a lot of movement around. The guards don't hesitate at all. They walk straight through the gardens, assuming you're still following them, through a door at the back, and it's another one of these, it's very confusing. They go down a corridor which has some torches on the walls and some doors, but they go past the doors, they go right, they go down, they go up a set of stairs, and eventually lead you to a door and say, "Please step inside and take a seat."
What if we just hadn't followed?
I mean, you could have, but I mean, I'm assuming you are.
And they just have to go back.
Yeah, we followed.
Yeah.
Of
They
course we
open the
did.
door up, and you're looking at kind of like a meeting room. There's a little table in the inside, but it's less of a meeting room because the chairs look far more comfortable than usual. And there is a lovely fireplace, not currently lit, Actually, no, it would be lit because it's still quite cold in Cortia. And some glasses, very clean crystal glasses with like a jug of water in the middle of the table. A few seats. Please wait.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
All right.
Head inside and sit down.
You're waiting a little while. Not much is going on. You don't hear much going on. Also, just aware, Dad, that you're leaning back from your microphone, so you're quite quiet.
There we go. Move the microphone forwards.
Not much happens, and eventually, and this is where I'm going to switch back away from the music that I was just playing, back to some nice music. I just wanted ominous music because it's funnier to have ominous music. Eventually, the door opens to a face that Etch you recognize very well. The rest of you never seen before. It's a high elven male, around 6'3".
Crown.
Around 6'3", with emerald green eyes and a strong, muscular body, tan brown skin, white hair swept back, emerald jacket with black trousers, wearing golden crown.
Crown. He's a king. I know your kingship.
And as he walks in, his eyes lock onto Etch, and he's like, I can't believe it. I thought you were dead. Excuse my manners. I am Alwyn, King Alwyn Bragan. I obviously am the king of Quartzia. I know Etchelion very well, but you two I am not as aware of.
Oh, well, let me introduce myself. My name is Fleechin Kya.
Fleechinta.
Fleechin Kya.
Fleechinka.
Flint. Call me Flint.
Flint. Okay. I don't recognize your race, but I'm assuming it's to do with the elemental planes. Fire?
Well, so I believe. Don't remember much myself, actually.
Interesting.
Yes, I have an affinity to fire, but I actually come from quite a long way away, really. Just visiting.
Yes, and our Formicid friend here.
Yes, I am Unit 47583.
Unit 47583.
Colony, in fact.
Yes, that's a 5-digit number. Aren't they usually 6-digit numbers?
Oh.
475832.
You've broken him.
No, it's 47583.
Well, that's not what your character sheet says.
It is. Sure it is. It's titled 47583. It's the document. It says it.
And your character sheet says 475832.
Oh, well,
no.
I mean, all the stuff in Google says. Oh yeah, it does say 2 on the thing.
It's fine if it's not. That was what I was reading from.
Well, maybe the 2 means junior, and
Everything,
The second.
literally everything other than that title sheet says.
That's fine, in which case I will go with 47583, yes. Formicid is far from home.
Yes. I've been sent out for
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, don't worry about any sort of formalities. Just please call me Alwyn. Etch, I believe we have a lot of catching up to do, as I assume you're all friends here.
Are there any guards in the room, centurions in the room?
Nope.
I will stand up, take a big breath, and go over and give him a hug.
He returns the hug very much. It's a tight hug. There's obviously a lot of feeling behind it. He says, It's been such a long time. How many years? 400 years?
426.
I thought you died in everything.
There were tunnels under the library. We got out.
I knew there were tunnels.
Except
I never,
of course.
I never saw you. We were evacuated almost immediately as soon as anything was going on. Yes.
I'm surprised that everything that happened at the castle came from the castle, you know.
Yes, I still to this day have only fractioned together a bit of what went on. I have vague notes, some sort of diary that doesn't make much sense to me, but I stopped trying many years ago when everything seemed a little dead ends everywhere. I apologize. Do your friends know what happened?
Bits and pieces. It's a long story.
Well.
Only known him for about a week.
Oh well, we can explain if you want.
Sure. From your perspective, let's hear it.
From my perspective, I mean, I was only a young boy. I was playing just in my room, and then there was a rumble, an explosion of some sort. I'm sure you remember very well, Etch. And next thing I know, my mother comes into my room, drags me away, and we're in carriages, just me and her and Yolanda, and we're gone. I didn't really ever know what happened. I just know that Veluna fell that day, and we moved. We made a new castle. The decisions were made, and soon after I was officially king, though my mother was ruling for a while before her passing away.
Turns out it was mostly only the upper sector that fell. The rest of Veluna was still living. Anyone that made it out of the upper sector went down to Imgim and the like.
Well, I know it's still running. We, I guess, tried to structure up the wall as much as we could against whatever was in there and protect the rest of the city, but the castle had fallen. Either way, I truly thought you died that day.
Nope. Me and my mom made it out.
Nope. Evidently, I
Mic drop.
I'm almost speechless. I feel as though we've got so much catch up on, although I feel as though my life has probably been far less interesting than yours.
Could say that. Why didn't you ever come back in?
At the beginning, I was told not to. It was dangerous, I shouldn't. And then as time went by and I had to take on my duties at King, I could no longer just leave what is now the capital. It's not done.
But you did just leave.
We left when
You
there
left
was...
our home.
I left when there was an explosion.
There was still a home to rule, though.
We still rule over Veluna.
You don't take care of it, though.
We do our best. There are a lot of problems in Veluna.
You sealed the problems away. You don't take care of them.
We sealed the upper sector. We funded the rest. There's only so much money.
Not everything gets done with money, Alan.
Unit's just going to kind of slowly scrape its chair a little bit and just try and kind of surreptitiously get up and sidle away to the kind of back of the room a bit.
Money doesn't cure everything, but money pays for everything. I'm not sure what we could have sent that would help. Forces, maybe.
Would have been a help.
I mean, there was workers sent, like I said, to patch up a wall. These were not my decisions. And maybe some of them weren't the best, but there is little to do now. Anybody who moves from Veluna to Courtsier is helped and treated with respect. But many seem to have some sort of loyalty to the fallen city. I don't understand why, personally.
Anyway, we're here for a different reason.
Anyway, help us solve this problem.
We're just trying to help a friend out in the city. They're trying to start up a new shop on the other side of town. Wanted to see if we could help move that along a little bit.
Because when I heard you were in town, I was hoping we'd have a catch-up and...
We can do that.
Friends. This
I
isn't
just wanted to be straightforward, you know?
This isn't a... It's who you know kind of situation, is it?
Not exactly. I wanted to catch up. I wanted to see.
Hmm.
But I think it's very nice seeing your castle.
Yes, it's large, it's grey, it's a castle.
Did you know about the slave trade that was going on in the north of the city?
I had heard of it.
Just drop that in. Just
Well, I'm just thinking, he's in
Tip from
charge. So why didn't you sort of do something about it?
There are procedures for things like this. A slave
Hmm.
trade in the Edge is in the list of problems, but there are many that we control within Gortia.
Oh, well, that's one you don't want to worry about anymore, anyway.
I'm glad. I've heard that the trade has slowed down or stopped.
Okay, just wondered. Anyway, mind if I have some of this water? It looks rather nice.
Yes.
diplomacy.
Oh, yeah.
Good shit. Hi, we're here on behalf of a friend who's going to give us some money if we can solve this administrative problem. Let's just discuss all the things that are wrong with you ruling this city.
You have who are you here for?
Valerie?
Valerie. That would be the owner
She's a
of the Cauldron. Yes?
Cauldron.
The Cauldron.
It?
Oh.
Lovely lady, have you met her?
Applying for
A second shop in the West Circle?
second
Or
shop.
not
This
West Circle. Yes, West Circle.
hasn't come to me yet. This is most likely with Yolanda.
Who
Oh
is
yeah, how's she
Yolanda?
doing?
She's doing fine.
That's good. That's good.
Who is Yolanda?
Who's Yolanda?
She's
The queen.
my wife, the Queen.
Oh, I see.
I can speak with her, see what the problems are.
That's very kind of you. He's a nice chap.
But no, we should catch up, like old times.
Yes.
Should
Like
we go
old
raid the
times.
kitchen?
I'm afraid I have responsibilities that need to be
Oh,
attended
that's
to.
a
I will
shame.
speak with Yolanda and have someone contact you.
Thanks, Alan.
No worries.
Well,
Oh.
it was lovely meeting you.
Have someone guide you out. If there's anything you need, I'm sure you can ask someone around. He gets up, moves towards the door, opens it up, and as he's about to leave, says,
Oh.
I was truly saddened to think that you were dead. I'm sorry that you believe I'm not the good guy here.
I don't believe you're the bad guy, if that's any consolation.
It's some. It's some.
You're a Majesty?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any dealings with anyone called the Mediator?
I have not. Should I have?
I don't know.
I shouldn't worry about it now.
I'm sure it's fine.
I see he seems to have gone out of business anyway.
Is there a
Thank you for your
business that I am not aware of?
We
it's
do
not
not
very important.
really know ourselves. That was why I was asking.
It was nice seeing you.
You
It's
too,
only
Alan.
nice meeting you, your kingship.
Yes.
Thank
Alwyn,
you for your
please.
help.
And he
Alright,
walks off.
alright, nice to meet you. Perhaps we'll meet again sometime. I'll make you a nice cup of tea.
Yes, that may be nice. As he walks off.
But he was nice.
But I think that went about as well as could have done.
Oh, that could have been much worse. Thank you for the tea, Flint.
No problem at
I love
He's
that.
nice.
That's his
He's
restraint.
You seem like quite a nice chap, really. I don't know why you were so stressed out about it.
Yes.
He left my entire city to die, his home city. He put up a
That's-
wall and said, "That's enough."
Sounds like it
Done all
was
I could.
maybe not his decision.
Yeah, but was that him or was that his mother?
When the city fell, they left. And me and my friends and a ton of other people in the city, we gathered up and we fought back. We've been defending it. The citizens had to step up to defend the city in place of the royalty, the people that were there to protect it.
Could you tell him then? Maybe you'll send some soldiers.
he'll get tied up in the paperwork, the diplomacy. That's not his job, apparently. It's okay though. We've defended as well as we could.
Well, perhaps you can help now.
Maybe.
But
Sorry. Eventually, after a few minutes, yes, the same. I just enjoy it very much. I enjoy it because I know far, far, far more, and I enjoy hearing the conversations with the three characters. It's just like, eventually, yes, two of the guards walk back in.
They're the same too.
Yeah, it seems to be the same too. One says,
Hello again.
You to follow us this way. Thank you.
I don't know if it's
leads you
I don't know
down.
if it's. I don't know if it's. Whether it's too like spoilery or like explaining. No, it's
What?
fine. I was just gonna kind of explain Unit's attitude towards it, because Unit's not the sort of person who would actually say the thing, but it might be like something that the audience would want to know. I don't know.
If you want to, we're able to avoid meta.
Yeah, I mean, it's just broadly that because of the way that formative societies work, that the monarchy is just right. So it's an odd situation for Unit to be in where you're like, no, the king is wrong. Because,
Maybe that'll come up later. You're just like, but why did you question?
yeah, pretty much.
Yes. They guide you down, back out through the front. You take exactly the same path back out to the market, as you did before. Then you say, well, the king says he'll be in contact with you.
Well,
You did
thank you
say.
very much.
And they walk back, go back into the principal.
And he was certainly nicer than the royalty, if you can call them that, and where I live.
And perhaps nicer than a Fang led us to imagine.
No, that's exactly what I expected, honestly.
Yes, but you knew him already.
Yeah, the only contact with that kind of class of person I've had, and he ended up with a spear in his back. Anyway, he seemed quite nice.
Yeah, we should probably go let Valerie know.
Yes.
I mean, you're in the market. You walk straight back into the shop.
Yeah, might as well. Since you're
Yeah.
right there.
Hello.
So we spoke with the king.
We did. How did that go?
He
Maybe
was
an
well,
outside
cool.
perspective.
He seemed like quite a nice chap, really.
Was there anything about opening my?
Oh yes, we spoke about that. Yes.
He had said the paperwork hadn't made it to him yet, so he would go to speak to the queen, who should have that information. We should hear back from him soon.
So
Word on the matter.
no progress. Well, I mean some progress. What I mean is no furthering yet.
Not yet.
It has been brought in front of the king. That is, I would imagine, fairly significant.
I guess we shall see what he says. What they say.
Yes.
We'll see
Yes,
what,
exactly, yeah.
what you hear.
I suppose you have to wait and see
Yes.
what the Queen says now.
But we
Yes.
thought we would let you know.
Well, thank you.
It's a nice place, the castle. Have you been?
No, I haven't. I have never been inside the principal.
Oh, you should pop in sometimes. Ever so nice.
I don't have any way of getting inside.
Oh, that's a shame.
Monks.
Yes. Huh? Monks.
Monks.
Yes. Well, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, just wanted to let you know.
No, just have to
Wonderful.
yes, keep
Thank
you up
you.
to date. We'll
Well,
pop back in next
Hopefully,
day or
perhaps.
two.
Yes. Okay.
From-
Yeah, let us know if you hear from the castle.
I did not know how she would let us know, but we'll check.
Yes. You'd have to come back here.
Perhaps
yes.
we'll pop it back. Perhaps we'll pop back in a couple of days.
Of course.
All
Right,
right.
who's for a nice cup of tea?
God, you would be urinating just 24/7
yeah.
with that tea that you guys are drinking.
Yeah.
I keep when I make other people tea. I mean, I drink tea myself sometimes, but mostly I'm making other people tea.
It's true.
Considering
it's
how
true.
much tea I drink when I'm working, I can definitely attest. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, you exit the shop. Where are you planning to go? Although I do know you have no idea where you're planning to go.
Well, we don't really. The next thing to do properly is
I mean, really, the next thing that we want to do is go to Luna, but
exactly it's the bone claw. Track down the bone claw.
how long did you say it takes to get to
Like 5
Luna?
days.
Was it
of
5 days,
walking.
yeah.
Or you could pay for a carriage, which would probably take you a couple.
Have I seen any horses?
You have,
Like-
at this point, probably seen a horse. You could turn into a horse, but it's not going to help you that much.
I suppose it's only for like 3 hours.
It's like 3 hours, and also you'd carry like one person out of 3 of them.
Yeah, but if it was like a draft horse, I could pull a carriage for 3 hours,
For 3 hours.
twice.
Get outside the city, then turn back into yourself and
Yeah.
a carriage and no way of moving it.
All right. What do you
Oh,
say we
yeah.
wait a day or two, then head for Bayluna, or at least until Elsie wants to step out of a room?
Agreed.
That would make sense. So we could start the journey towards it, I suppose.
How?
Walking.
But
Well, I
Elsie
mean-
needs-
That's how we go
If
most
we're-
places.
Alwyn said we'd hear back from. We'd hear
Yes.
back from, not Valerie would. So we should
Oh,
stick
that's
around here for a
true,
day or
that's
two at least.
Well, in
especially
that case,
that's where we live.
I'll better get my painting out again, I suppose.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in terms of like movement? Are you just standing in the middle of Clarence, or are you going back to
Well,
your...
We'll head
Oh,
back.
we're
to-
heading back to the lady, yeah.
So you're heading back. Never mind.
What? What? Is there something that's supposed to happen, Alex?
Something happened.
There-
Yeah.
You trying to make something happen?
No.
How
As-
about we head for the Bumbling Bee for a nice
Okay, lovely,
Meal.
that does work for me.
That's a good idea.
nice home cooked meal?
Yes.
I just realised we're on session 4 and we've literally not done any XP.
yes, no, I did mention this earlier, but I'll probably do it next week whilst Purdy is around as well, so you can all partake
I was
in.
going to say, because I feel like class progression might suggest things that we might want to do. But
All right.
What?
I know it was just a thought. Like I genuinely don't know what I
no,
want
it's
to
fine,
do.
I get it. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We will
Like-
get to it, I promise. So you wander all the way back round to past your house to the Bumbling Bee. The Bumbling Bee is the one he asked in a map that he made.
The mouse folk.
The one next to you. Yes.
It's
it
the
is.
triangular purple one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
So you
it's
walk
totally
to the
right.
Bumbling Bee. I will once again describe to you what it looks like, because right next to your house. It's a large place, mostly open plan, where the front wall is all glass panes to let in the light. It's run entirely by a family of mouse folk, mother, father, son. They're all pale grey colour, large pink ears, kind faces, and they dress in simple clothes, browns, greens, and blues mostly. And are rushing around. There's, some of the small, younger ones obviously rushing around, serving tables. There's ones behind the bar, evidently some in the kitchen. And it's not a particularly busy restaurant, but it's busy enough. Like there's, a good 4 or 5 groups of patrons in this place. It's not huge. So there's a table available if you wished to sit down.
I wish to sit
Yes,
down.
please.
And as you walk over, one of the mouse folk rushes over to you. It's a boy. Wait, the reason I'm pausing is can you tell the difference between a male mouse folk and a female? I'm gonna say yes. It's a male mouse folk who walks over and says, "All right, my name's Bodley. I'm here to take your order if you like, yes."
What do you got?
Oh, we got all sorts of things, mostly based around the meats and cheeses. We can create pies. We can make. If you can cook up some fish, we got some potatoes and all those sorts of stuff.
Do you have mushrooms?
Can you make a savory pie with pork,
Mushrooms.
mushrooms, and a side of potatoes?
I'm sure I can rustle that up. Yes. Anything else from you?
Oh, I'll have the same, please. That sounds very
Yeah,
nice.
2 of those.
I would like the same, but without the pork.
So vegetarian.
Yes, please.
Right, wonderful. Any drinks for you as well?
Just water for me, please.
Waters?
You have a house ale.
Yes.
I'll take that.
And for you?
Water.
Water, 2 waters, right? I'll get that on you straight away. Wanders away.
Thank you very much.
Mouse.
As you're sitting here, ooh, things happen.
Oh no.
As you're sitting here, wrong music. I'm finding a track that would work for the situation. That works. As you're sitting here, a young adult-looking elf walks over, around 6'2", these sort of like piercing emerald green eyes, looking fairly trim, sort of brownish skin, white hair, and a bit of a messy look, wearing just brown top, black trousers, nothing particularly, outstanding. Just walks over and he says, "Hi, I was just saw you walk in here. Very interesting looking."
Well, thank you very much. Very kind of you. You look too bad yourself.
Thank you, thank you. Can I sit?
Yes.
Sure,
Take a
pull up a
seat.
chair.
Yes,
There you
I sorry, the reason I'm coming over, I saw you coming out of the principal earlier.
Yeah,
Been
lovely place
following
you
us
been.
for quite some time.
Well, okay, listen, it's not in a weird way. I'm more just interested. What you were in there for? No, not many people come in and out. That's all, you know.
What's your name?
Just visiting.
My name is V.
V. Nice to meet you, V. My name's Flichin Tia.
Surname?
Flichinta.
Flichin Tia.
Flichin.
I know who you are.
Call me Flint.
Flint. Yes.
How can I help you?
You know who he is?
I was just wondering.
Yes.
You
Who
know,
is he?
you know who I am?
I read about you when I first got to the city.
I'm not sure you could read about me. I'm just me.
Kind of look like him when he was younger.
Look like who?
The king.
Well, okay. People have said I look like the bloodline, but I mean, I'm just around. I only live in the area. Well, closer up to Clarence Market actually, but the area. I was just all I was wondering. You don't have to answer me if you don't want to. Just why you were in the principal.
We were just visiting
Trying to help a friend?
actually. Yeah. Why? Did you want to go in there?
It'd be nice to see the inside.
Well, I'm sure if you ask him nicely at the gate, they'll let you in.
Very unlikely they don't let anybody in. Hence why I was so interested in you having been in there.
Go, I'm sure a nice young man like you go and try and see what happens.
No, no, it's no, that wouldn't happen. So just helping a friend. How does that get you inside the principal?
Oh, I know the king.
You know the king? How do you know the king?
400 something years ago. Don't worry about it. It's just old friend of the family.
Interesting. So, if you're how are you an old friend of the king?
Why do you want to know as a matter of interest? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just interested. Like I said, not many people come in and out of the principal that aren't, anybody who's a servant of one of the going to the shops. That's pretty much all that comes out of the gates.
And you just happen to be so interested that you followed us all the way from the
Yes.
principal to a shop where you would ask us to help you get in because you'd like.
Oh no, I don't need help to get in. I want to know what it's like in there.
How old are you?
Me? 200.
Okay.
like
Can I
I say,
insight
he's-
check that?
There are lots of buildings in there.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, do an insight check.
That doesn't matter, Seth.
Yeah, it's a number. Like, he's an elf, so it's like,
Mm.
yeah, he could be anywhere between like 200 and 500,
Yeah.
you know? I was just interested. I mean, if you want me to leave, I
But
can.
it's very fancy. There are a lot of buildings. They're
Oh, look,
made of bricks. The castle is grey. There are trees. Just
That's a nice
old
Old family
house.
friend is about as much as I'm willing to tell you, unless you tell me more.
There's
And the
not much more
castle's
to
very
tell me.
pretty
Is
inside. It's just very nice.
not much more to tell, is there?
V. That's an alias.
Alias? It's a nickname. I guess you may call it an alias in some places.
Oh, I see. So what's your real name then? I mean, I call myself Flint. My actual name is Flichincha.
Yes, you said Flichintar.
Flichincha.
Flichintar.
Flint. Flint is fine.
Exactly, yes, Flint. People just call
I'm
me V.
Achelian.
Echelian, yes?
Yeah.
It's good to know. I'm not sure. You said that with some sort of purpose, like I was meant to recognize it.
I'll just seeing if you did.
And what's your actual name then? If your nickname is V.
People just call me V. Vince.
Vince. Well, nice to meet you, Vince.
Yes.
Anyway, we're gonna have something to eat now. So unless you had anything you particularly wanted to,
Like I said, I was just interested to know why you were going
we
in
just
to the castle.
just
We're
visited.
helping a friend.
It's your business.
Yeah. We're just helping a friend, having a chat with the king. You know as it is.
I don't know why you're being so secretive, but it's fine.
Well, when a strange person follows us for upwards of an hour from the gates of the principal, and then just asks some questions that they don't know whether or not it may be very personal or not, puts people a little on guard.
Fair. How could I assist you with trusting me?
Probably not. This
Tell us why you want to know, I suppose.
I'm interested.
I mean, if you're just interested, then surely that's enough. We went in, we saw the king, we saw the castle, we were helping a friend. And we came out to have something to eat.
I guess, yes.
Would I
I
have
can-
one of your questions you would like to eat?
I can tell you that the person we were trying to help out is a very nice lady who has a shop over in the market.
So that would be... Looks at... Fuck.
Any of the several
That one.
women who would shops.
That would be... Well, it wouldn't be... not the copper... Could be Zarul?
You know,
Could
I
be.
can't remember the,
Valerie?
I can't remember,
No?
yeah, it could be.
Uh,
Valerie, it could be. I don't know why you're so interested.
Just saying.
Valerie. You're
It's
helping
interesting
Valerie.
how you were so interested.
Yes, Valerie, she's a lovely lady.
Yes, he's lovely, isn't she? Vampire.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. What are you helping her with then?
I'm personally interested in why we're still having this conversation.
Like I said, it's interesting to me. We're helping Valerie. Talking
yeah,
to the
Very
you
well.
king.
It must be very interesting if you're still here.
If you want to know why, go and ask yourself.
I'm convinced she'd tell me.
Well, then
Now,
why should we tell
why should we tell you?
That is fair. That is fair. It's fair.
I
Look,
mean,
just wanted
Sardis,
to
this is
see if I can
Sardis,
help,
this-
right? If I can't help, then I'll leave, okay? It's fine.
Now do you think you can help?
It's fine. You've given me enough anyway.
Enough? Enough of what?
Ooh, now
Well,
he
I-
wants the information. Look, I'm just interested, and evidently my presence is no longer wanted, so I will...
Well, you haven't given us anything, have you, apart from your name? We don't know who you are, what you want, where you're from, what you think you can do, what you want the information for. You're just some random person asking questions about our lives.
True, but I mean, I don't know much about you either, so...
We're not asking you questions. You're asking us questions.
Well, now you're asking me questions.
Is this your father trying to get some information on why we're really here?
My father?
Owen, the king?
Alwyn is not my father.
Your name is Varen, isn't it?
My name is not... For God's sake, yes, fine. And no, it's not... I'm trying to get information.
What does he want?
I don't
Somebody
know what the
tried to get
fuck he
information.
wants. He never
It's
tells
about
me
you.
anything.
He's a prince. He's a prince.
Shut up. I am a prince, fine. Regardless,
You look just like him.
Yes, I know I look just like him, but I wasn't aware that you'd be able to identify me like this.
Then why
About
did you-
your age when I knew?
But now we know a bit more about you, and that's fine. Why did you just tell us in the first place?
I'm
Because
still.
it's not a thing that I like to advertise around. It makes people look at me differently. People treat me
Ah.
differently. It's nicer
like,
when
you don't have
people
to worry
don't
about
know
that here.
things.
Strangers at the table also makes them look strange.
Well, look, do you want to sit down and join us for a bite to eat? We can have a
I
proper
would
chat.
love to.
I'm going to call over the waitress.
The
Hello?
waiter.
Uh,
You right?
sorry,
How's it
the
going?
Waiter
I'm
mouse.
still not clear
Waiter
why,
mouse and the pit. That's a very old joke. Waiter mouse, can we have another one of them pie things
Of course,
for this
yes.
young man here?
And anything to drink? Just some wine would be lovely. All right, yes, we'll get that. I'll be back in a second. Look,
And why do you really want to know?
I want to know because I want to try and help.
Well, in that case, you should have said. So, young Valerie there wants to open a new shop, doesn't she, in the western side of the city?
Oh, interesting.
all.
That's
And
all.
she's a bit worried. Yeah, she's a
That's
bit
really
worried
all.
because
And why,
people have a bit of a downer on her because of the old.
It's very unclear to me why you two are suddenly giving him all of this information.
Well,
He
we
wasn't
don't
at the
really
meeting.
know. I
He didn't tell
always
us who
start
he
off-
was.
He doesn't. I always start off by trusting someone until I find some reason not to.
Like them pretending who they were and then revealing themselves to be somebody else.
No, he never said he wasn't the prince.
I did.
He very much did.
Ah, well, only a bit.
Well, I understand
Anyways,
your
very interesting.
lack
Very
of trust, and I very much appreciate your trust. Why was I supposed to recognize the name Echelion?
I figured,
Why are
I don't know,
we
someone in
still
the family.
one asking questions?
I figured someone in the family may have mentioned me at some point.
I don't get
Huzzah.
told much, to be honest. You may have been. You've been given many stories of the past. I'm sure you know, elves, we have a lot of stories.
I may have been in some of them from Veluna. If your father or mother ever
Veluna.
told you anything about them.
We're not told much about Veluna.
That makes sense.
Sounds like something quite nasty happened there, really, as far as I can make out.
Yes, the best I've ever caught from it is there's a couple, notes here and there that have left out that I've read, but we're mostly protected from it. And again, I'm mostly protected from everything. The reason I'm here is purely because I want to try and help. You didn't seem to leave with the biggest of smiles on your faces. I assumed something wasn't great. So I just, want to help.
Oh, that's very kind. Yeah, all we're trying to do
Uh.
is help a young lady with a shop get another shop, that's all.
I could
Your dad said he
possibly
was going to
help.
help, so...
I have
good.
some influence, evidently, although less than you'd think, with my mother.
Anything you can do to help would be lovely.
Just
thank you.
pester her. See if she can get this shop moved along.
I still do not understand why you didn't just approach us as the prince.
Because I don't like anybody knowing I'm a prince. I don't like being a prince.
I don't know how you were expecting to be able to help us without being.
I just wanted to know what you were doing, and then I would have gone there on my own. I didn't want you to be like, oh, thank you, you've helped us so much. Just give some help if I can, and it doesn't matter if you know it was me.
I know exactly where you're coming from.
I don't.
Recognition
I get it.
is for the egotistical.
That's right. Help where you can. Doesn't matter whether you get recognition or not. As I always
Some
say.
degree of recognition facilitates the help happening in the first place, though.
It's not true help, though. People just agree because you're royalty.
But
That's
that's
happening
that's,
all the
Help
time.
is
back in
help,
the
I
day.
always say.
but that's why I don't tell them I'm royalty.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm never going to be king. That's a fact. My brother will be king one day, unless he passes away, which is very unlikely if you've ever seen him.
I've not.
So I
no.
just like to help out where I can with people. I'll if someone wants something moved, I'll move it. If someone
you
wants
ever met-
something done,
Have you
I'll
ever met
try.
a chap called Fang at all?
I know about Fang. He's
He's
Up
got a
on the
similar kind of outlook of helping people. Perhaps you should try and find him one day.
Oh, maybe. Although I assume he'd know who I am and therefore wouldn't, you know.
Well, you never know.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming he's from the principal. No one runs around with that kind of leather on their body without having money to back it up.
I
Could have stole it.
Unlikely.
Who knows, eh? Who knows?
Stealing from the principal would be insanity, but also, you know, almost impossible. This isn't the point of the
must be
conversation.
very
All I
skilled.
wanted to do
Sorry,
was just try and help. You know, I just a little bit of help that I don't know how I can help. I may be able to faux pretend I want some kind of responsibilities finally given to me. That maybe for once they'll actually respect that and try
Anything
and
you
push
can
this
do?
along.
That'd be very kind.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, the stresses that you saw us leaving with had nothing to do with the shop at hand.
No.
The stresses, no, that's old drama. It's not really
Old drama.
something you can do anything about, unfortunately.
I can
More to
listen.
do with. Well, it's more to do with.
That's okay.
I mean, I look like my father. You can complain at me if it helps.
Maybe another time.
I can give
deal
you
of
a
complaining today.
complaint. No, listen. You complain at me, and then I'll give a. It's all in the diplomacy, and then I'll say there's some paperwork to sort out, and then I'll say maybe we'll get it done.
But then I might punch you.
Then I might deserve it.
I like you, kid.
I'm
I
glad.
like him. He's good. I think you should be king. Perhaps you can.
No, God, no. I don't want to be king.
That's exactly why you should be.
Yeah, exactly.
The stresses of kingship. I mock my father, but he has a lot of stress. I mean, with dealing with the entire of the circle, then the principal, then the edge, then Veluna, and all of the rest of Carmenthia. It's just I don't want that responsibility, honestly. I like small helping where I can. If you're king, you can help with some of the things, but something's going to get left behind.
Oops.
Even if you don't want it to be left behind, I guess.
Yes, I've heard about this Veruna thing. I've never been there myself, but
Well,
sounds
if
very
you
nice.
go, just brace yourself.
Don't you ever send anybody out there to do anything?
Me personally, I don't have any kind of ability to do that. I mean, a long time ago, some people were sent, I think, to help the city as it fell, and I think vaguely, I don't get much of a perspective for the monetary side of things, but I know a lot of the shops and things are in part funded from Bortsia. There's at least a good few million gold per year spent in that direction, but I don't know, and I'm not told these things,
Well, fair enough.
you know.
Where's that food?
Oh yeah, the food. No, the food probably arrived a while ago. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Unit's been quite good because Unit's been eating and you just didn't notice.
Yeah. It's very nice food, actually. It's very wonderful food. And I think you probably continuing our conversation. He's just generally talking about life. He's like, well, you know, I tend to just walk around the market, the circle, just help where I can. Mostly, my responsibilities inside the castle are supposed to be learning how to be king. Why?
Even though they never expect you to be.
No one expects me to be king, but I have to be prepared for the possibility, as slight as it may be. You know? And then there's the whole, oh, we have to find you a wife. So, don't I get to choose a wife? No.
They're still doing that, huh?
Yes, I don't
Still doing
think...
that.
I'm not convinced that my parents have ever loved each other. That's maybe not be true. I think at one point they may have respected each other, but, you know... These sort of things
I
falls
don't know
together.
about that.
That doesn't sound very nice at all. Oh,
It's
dear.
all politics, isn't it? It's all politics. From what
Yeah,
my
trying to stay out of politics.
From what my father's told me, he at one point wanted to marry my mum, but I think he still regrets it happening. I don't understand.
I never liked her, honestly. Oops, did I say that?
You knew her as younger?
Hmm?
You knew her when you were younger?
Oh yeah.
Did she always have the scowl on her face?
It's never left.
Yeah. No, it hasn't. She... I think just is saddened by not having the responsibility she may have expected. Although she has many responsibilities. I don't know how it goes. I don't ask these questions. Not that I'd get any answers. Plus, I don't think, a meal in the Bumbling Bee in the evening is particularly where to talk about my family struggles.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Fair enough.
Oops. He just chucked his fork across the table by accident. Well. Look, I'll see what I can do about Valerie. She's lovely. I've spoken to her a few
She
times.
is.
That's very kind.
I can't guarantee anything, but
We do what we can, don't we?
Anyway, I should probably head off. It gets late, and when it gets late, I should be back in the principal, in the castle.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll raise the alarms if you're gone.
I'm
Too
gone
late
quite
now.
a lot. They'll check in, and then I can leave again. The
Hey,
one
you
thing
want
I
a nice
can
cup of
say,
tea? Come and drop by.
I may take you up on that. Anyways, he just drops like 20 gold on the table. It's on me.
Oh, that's very kind.
Thanks.
I mean, where I can help, right?
Very nice.
Anyways,
Very kind.
Have a good night.
see you around. You too. Walks off.
Say hello to your dad for me.
The server walks back over. He's like, oh, you already got the payment ready. It's only 19 gold, so you get one of those back to you. Who's that with you? Seems like I
Oh.
recognize him. He's got one of those faces.
Friend of the family.
Oh, fair enough. Anyways, I'll take this from you. Is there anything else you want?
No,
No, that would
that's
be
it.
all. Thank you.
No, I
Right,
guess
well, thank you very much
fine,
for
thank you
coming.
very much.
It's dark outside at this point.
Oh, yeah, yes, actually, there is one thing.
Yes?
We'll need to take some food away with us for our friend back at the house.
I can give you a bag of potatoes or something if you wish.
Yeah, so that'd be nice. Thank you.
Right, I'll get you a couple of them for that gold if you want.
Yeah, lovely.
Right, I'll get that for you. He goes off, comes back with like 2 big bags of like nice fresh potatoes.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you wander off, have a nice short walk back to your house and rest in,
For
drop
change.
it off to...
Yeah, not a 2-hour walk for a change.
exactly, for once in your life. Back to the...
Potatoes are still be hot, so. Upstairs, knock on
Unit,
the
you're,
door.
Flint,
Unit, you're not.
Hmm?
Oh, there's
I'm
three different things happening right now.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Just going to give the potatoes to put them outside Violet's door. Violet?
Thank you.
Violet? Who's Violet?
Violet.
Oh no.
Elsie. Got
Now she's
your,
got 3 interchangeable names.
Oh,
no.
Yay.
Multiple
Bye-bye,
personalities. She's like, oh, thank
got
you.
you some food. I'll leave it outside the door for you. How you going?
I'm doing okay.
I'll leave you a cup of tea as
I
well.
think I'll be ready to come out tomorrow.
And a nice cup of lavender tea. Oh, I've discovered that that violet and lavender teas are very calming. I'll leave a cup outside the door for you.
Thank you.
At least for Etch it is.
Yeah, well, see how she goes.
Is that why you were saying Violet?
Probably, that's what it was.
Ah,
I was
yes.
saying, Violet, tea,
Tea.
and lavender
Tea.
outside the door.
Yeah, he's sure as the
What
day
was it?
comes to an end.
Actually,
Unit.
say something to Unit.
Oh, Unit and Etch were both going to say something.
Yeah. Unit, you're not very trusting, are you?
I am objective about these things, and a situation like the one we were just in, especially bearing in mind the recent assassination of our benefactor, felt suspicious enough to perhaps not be as willing to give away all the information as we apparently were.
It was a bit of a read the room situation. He looks just like his dad when I knew him back in Veluna. And just like his dad, it's pretty easy to read. It's not hiding much after that.
Yes, but you do not like his mother. How do we know that he is being honest?
It's a fair point, but at some point you have to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Otherwise, you just end up alone.
Or you end up in a colony of your brothers and sisters.
It's probably a bit different from a Formicid.
Although granted, they are all going to be zombies at this point, so...
Was
We'll
that
help
a
him out.
joke? From you? Was that a joke from Unit?
That was a Formicid joke.
I don't know if it was. I think it was kind of just true.
Matter of fact.
It is objective fact that if Unit doesn't get back to the colony, his colony will all be zombies. So,
We'll help him, Unit. We'll help him. Yeah, don't worry about Varen.
that was probably my point, that Flint, perhaps you are occasionally too trusting of people.
I think you should trust people. If you trust them, they'll trust you.
He's definitely too trusting.
Yes.
You're too untrusting. Elsie depends on the day, it seems. Just kind of gotta judge the situation.
Okay.
Was there something that
Anyways.
Unit? Because you were going to say something as well, or is that covered in the?
No, that was it. I was just going to tell Flint that he was too trusting.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's how we round off the
I should
another
round
day.
off the day playing my flute.
Is the flute just a flute, or is there any like bardic importance to it of any sort?
No,
Not that you know of.
But it's just a flute, except for
Not
the bit tight.
yet.
Except when I put it against somebody and then they can't move it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's an immovable flute.
But when it's not being an immovable flute, it's just a flute.
Can you imagine if the immovable flute could only be activated by playing it? So you were like,
but then the end would be occluded by you having it pressed against somebody.
true.
I don't normally play it when it's pressed against something.
Also, a flute doesn't work by air going through
No.
it because the end doesn't actually have a
blow,
hole.
you blow across it.
No, it's the difference between the two. Like it's the vibration of it, because the sound still comes out the end.
There's no hole at the end of a flute.
Pretty sure there is.
No.
No, you blow.
They're not.
It's like blow-
A
it's like
bamboo
blowing across
flute,
a
yeah,
bottle.
but that's
It's
just
like
it's
blowing
bamboo.
across an empty bottle. You blow across.
Yeah, yeah, exactly like blowing across a bottle. It makes the noise anyway, and it's just about how more or less air. You don't need to do it.
He's going to do it.
Yeah,
Ah.
there's more or less pressure going across it if you open or close the different valves.
Oh yeah, it's just a rod with little things on it.
It's a rod
Yeah.
with holes in it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's not the point of this. Anyway. Have a nice rest at the end of the day.
Sleep guys.
Yep.
Goodbye. Wake up one more time in the morning.
One more time. Oh no. What's going to happen today?
I mean, one more time
Oh,
doesn't mean the
It's our
last time.
day.
Here's the assassination.
Poof, you're all dead.
Yay.
Is there
That's
anywhere
last
that you plan to go today?
Not really, I don't think.
Not really,
I mean,
no, because we've done it. We've got our bag. We've been all over the city. We've tried to kill each other. We've had tea. We've seen the
Aha!
king.
They are open.
What?
Flutes are open.
What?
Yeah.
Flutes.
oh.
Haha! I win.
Pause everything. We need to settle the flute debate.
That's a
It
recorder.
depends on the flute.
None of these photos have an end of a flute.
I just googled is a flute open on both ends.
Oh yeah, you're right. flute is it? Open at
Flute
the,
with
at the one end.
closed.
And considering how long I spent in high school playing next to flutes,
I know.
That's
It's just I've always thought it was closed at the end.
So the
'cause
flutes
that's-
were
that's
often
beautiful.
often pointed at me.
I'm happy
Well.
to say that my vast experience of
Fair
flutes
enough.
involved never having seen, well,
That's
never having
fine,
actually
fair
held one.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. That's
End
fine. I will
blown
accept my incorrectness.
Yeah.
So now, whenever we hold someone down with the immovable flute, they'll have a big red circle wherever they were being
Yeah.
held down.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. I was just saying. Oh, yes. You wake up in the morning, and you spend the morning generally probably just sitting around, and just like, well,
One more walk by the lake.
one more walk by the lake. Yeah, you walk out. Is it just you walking by the lake? How many people are going to walk through the lake? Through the
Oh,
lake?
Through the lake.
I'll offer it to whoever.
Not even going for a swim,
wants
just
to go.
walking along the bottom. No, I'm probably just gonna go to bed, I think.
No, this is the morning.
The
Oh,
whole
right.
day.
Oh yeah.
You're just like,
sleep.
yeah, fuck it.
Well,
Units,
Units is not a fan of water, so no.
Oh. So no.
So no. As you are walking around the pond, there's a person. Very sort of, you can see. You probably notice as you're sitting there, the same person walk back and forth and up and down, just loads of different paths, just walking down every single path. And eventually, he looks over, looks at you, goes, walks over to you. Yeah, I have been looking absolutely everywhere. I have a message from Valerie.
Oh,
I
okay.
had no idea
That's
where
good.
you live. I have been looking for hours.
We're over here.
Very sorry.
Oh, you're both. Are you there?
Apparently.
You're not there.
We're not
Hey,
here.
You can be there.
goodbye.
I think
Right.
he was distracted when we were talking about the lake.
Valerie wants to talk to you. I guess she didn't really tell me what she wants to talk about, but she has a message.
Okay. So I'll go get my friend.
Christ, if he walks away from been walking for hours, oh, just go find them, why don't you? Oh, I'll go find them.
So I'll gather everyone up and
You make your way over to Valerie one more time.
I'll tell Flint to bring some tea for this guy.
Oh my god.
Nice calm. I bring the calming stuff. See you later, Elsie. We're going out again.
Bye.
She's gonna have to come out eventually. She won't stay in forever.
Eventually, it's almost like
Like
she's not around
four-
at the moment.
It's been like 4 days of her sealed in her room. I
It's
can
fine, she'll
relate.
get over it. Anyway, you make your way over.
Is she
to
quarantining?
Valerie. She is
Social
definitely.
distancing, yeah.
She makes her way. You make your way over to the cauldron
Valerie.
again, and you walk in. She's like, as she sees you, like, I can't believe it. It's just, I don't know what you did, but evidently perfectly well. I mean, I guess it's 100% of the money at this point, right? I did promise it'd be 5,000, so
Oh,
5,000
so
is more than acceptable.
I take it you had some good news then.
I would have assumed that you'd already
Wonderful.
know the news.
Well,
We
we certainly
spoke
put
with
out
the-
the old feelers and everything, but they didn't. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad it's worked out.
Whatever you said worked because it's been approved, 100%,
Wonderful.
no questions.
A big
Great
glad for
news.
you.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done.
You wanna-
Yes, your gold.
You want to hold on to some of that and give us 4 basic health potions if you got it? we are
Yes,
going
of course I can do that. 4,000 gold. There you go, and let's give you 4 of these potions. They're in very nice actual bottles. They seem to be shaped like little cauldrons with a top. It's very branding is very important for the little sort of
Aw.
shaped sort of oval in the glass that then sort of printed into it just says like healing potion. Pass over this
Did you
bright
say-
red.
Are those 250 each? Those potions?
Oh, you said 4 of them.
Yeah, but you said it's 1,000 gold for 4 of them.
Yeah.
Wow, those are expensive.
Are they?
No, they're not.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that's about the cost of a.
Oh, no, yeah.
potion.
My
250 gold for
brain's
that potion?
broken now because I'm like, it sounded like a lot, but when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, that's right. Hang on, let me.
I thought
I'm
they were like
relatively
50
sure
to
that-
100 for the basic one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically it's about 50 normally.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm like,
250.
I have a literal price list. Just bear with me.
I mean, that whole conversation was based off the fact that Greg said, "Why don't you keep 1,000 and give us 4?"
Yeah, in
No,
fact,
it
yes.
which does kind
that's
of
why.
imply that it's too.
No. He didn't. He
I said, why don't you keep some of the gold and give us?
back?
I feel
No,
like you did say 1,000.
You said,
he didn't. No,
why
he, said,
didn't-
I did not give a number.
It's
No.
2 versus 2.
he said keep some back and give us
It's
some
2 versus
basic
2.
potions.
Your potions of healing are 125 each. So you'd have 500 off, so it'd be 4,500. I swear
Yeah.
you said a number.
No, he didn't.
Wow.
Oh,
What?
it's because you said, why don't you keep some and give us 4 healing? Not. I just kind of misheard that as.
Regardless, besides
keep-
our brains just vaguely
Anyway.
arguing with
Give
each
us
other.
4,000.
It's like, yes, of course. Yes, there'll be 4,000, 4,500 and some potions, of course. Yes,
Lovely.
anyway, they're
Lovely.
very nice looking bottles.
Thank you very much. It's really kind. Oh, I'm glad you've got that all sorted
It's
out.
excellent. It's
Good luck with the
absolutely
new place,
excellent.
then.
Thank you. It's going to be a lot to work out. It's just tons to do. Tons. I've suddenly got to. Makes it very difficult, of course, because I can't do many of the inspections and things myself during the day. But either way, it's just not your problem. Not your problem.
Ah, good stuff. Well, that's nice.
I also need to come up
It
with
was-
I guess. Do I call it the cauldron? Again, or do I call
Cauldron,
it
but-
something else?
Just the improved cauldron.
I
Cauldron
don't want to
two.
call that the improved
West
cauldron. That
cauldron.
implies that
Electric
mine's not
boogaloo.
worth.
West cauldron.
Not as good.
Cauldron 2 magic boot.
Call it the pot? No. What goes with the cauldron? You could have like the ladle. That's kind of boring. You could call it
The kettle?
Kettle.
Don't know if kettles are
The copper kettle?
particularly magical.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Anyway, thank you so much. I honestly, if I'm truly honest, I didn't expect you to manage this much. I don't know what you said, but you must be very convincing.
Well, anyway,
History can do a lot.
yes.
if you're nice to people, they're nice back to you, I always find.
Yes, you must have been especially nice.
You could maybe call it the chalice. Frantically
There's
Google's
already-
witch
there's already-
paraphernalia.
There's already the chalice, though.
Is there
Oh,
already a
I got
chalice?
that.
then?
How about
Palace chalice.
the flagon?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
flagons, wasn't there?
Yes, the
Already
Palace
have a
Chalice
flagon?
might have issues with that. It's something about copyright.
Yeah.
The vat?
They've copyrighted the word chalice.
The picture? How about a picture?
Well, I guess I could have a picture next to it, but I need a name.
No, that picture, that
Tentacle?
picture.
A picture?
Pentacle?
Picture,
Picture.
You know, picture, like a picture of water.
A picture.
Yes.
Picture. Sorry, it's the accent.
What
What
accent?
accent?
You not hear that?
How about just the West Cauldron?
But then that implies that this is
West
the East
Cauldron
Cauldron.
and East Cauldron.
Do I need to?
Yeah, I mean, it
name
is.
this?
How about the little cauldron?
The Little Cauldron? Now there.
A baby cauldron.
No, not the Baby Cauldron. The hell is a Baby Cauldron?
That sounds like you're putting babies in a cauldron. That's not good.
Yes, and
Cauldron.
with my history, I'm sure people would believe that I'm putting babies in a cauldron.
Yeah. Being a
Yeah,
Would you
maybe
believe
good
I've
for
been a
branding.
vampire for 400 years? I've never ever had an episode, and yet people still don't trust me.
I trust you.
Yeah, we trust you at this point.
Well, yes, you trust me, but rumors, you know what it's like. People
Anyway,
believe
we
what they
should-
money,
hear.
so.
Sorry, yes.
We should get out of your hair, leave you
Glad
to
could help.
worry about
Thank
your new
you.
shop. and
Love your hair. Hope we win.
Guts.
That's a hairspray reference for all the gay listeners.
And, excuse me, are you implying that only gay listeners could like Hairspray?
Yes.
Wow.
How
Gay
rude!
or female?
Anyway, gay or female? Wow. Wow.
That's a-
Anyway,
It's a film produced by one of the most prolific gay directors of all time.
yeah, I enjoy. Anyway, the point is, you leave the shop. Is there anything you do to finalize off this episode?
No, I think the next thing we need to do is go out and investigate this rather exciting city to the north.
Yes, having made some new friends in a city, and
And
maybe
perhaps
lost some old
extricated
friends.
Elsie from her room.
Yes, maybe
my
tomorrow,
God.
maybe later.
We have so much to tell
Good.
Elsie again. Oh God.
Do we need to make an expedition party to
At
We
least-
venture
really
into
just-
her room?
At least this time, You won't have to tell her whilst with a
Yeah.
little child.
At least we
Well, at
don't
least
have a
we-
child this time.
And we won't necessarily have to have her go, but there was a plan!
I feel like that's
No.
Simon coming through and just not Unit.
Oh yeah, no, this is me speaking
Oh,
as
yeah,
me.
this is the episode is done now, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm
Episode's done.
not
Thank you very much for
talking
listening,
as
everybody. Bye.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, we met the king. We had dinner with the prince.
Did.
Well, we kind of
Someone-
forcibly had dinner with the
Someone
prince.
opened a shop, made some money, had cups of tea. I mean, I
Had
got
more cups of tea. Had some coffee.
beaten up by
some
somebody who
tea.
just stood there looking at me. It was great.
I think we're never going to get over a fight where you got more injured than the person you were punching and they didn't do anything.
I wasn't even
stunned
listening to
him.
that, I'm not gonna lie.
Stunned him twice and managed to completely miss, while every time I did manage to hit, it just hurt me more than him. I mean, he stood
Oh.
there, watched me actually fight myself into submission.
I mean, to
Stop
be
hitting
fair,
yourself. Stop hitting
the
yourself.
brand-
Stop hitting yourself.
The brand was doing full damage because it's psychic damage, and I can't really pull punches on psychic.
By the brand, do you mean the branding of this party, which is just actively hurting ourselves?
Exactly.
Ah, yes,
Eh,
the old
done
motto:
very
shoot
well.
yourself in the foot.
So far, no one has died yet. So I mean, that's a
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be better than the first campaign.
Nobody died in
someone-
the first episode, second episode.
Yeah,
Alternate
it's an
universe, they died.
alternate timeline.
Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody,
Thank
very
you,
much
everybody.
for listening. It has been an absolute wonder, and
Yeah, it's been good.
thank you guys for dealing
Been a
with
fun episode.
this and Elsie being hidden away.
Elsie?
I can't wait for the first half an hour of the next episode is going to be interesting.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
They're always.
Anyway, yes, we will be live again next week. The YouTube video will be going on Monday, then there'll be all the episodes on Tuesday and Friday. Regardless, I will end the episode here by clicking this button